RPMs increase, and again we go racing. Dan Oswald clips the 22 machine of Ernest McAfee on the front stretch. They both save it, and we stay clean and green. Down the back straightaway, Brad Furr is the race leader, being challenged by Sammy Swindell. Swindell works to the inside of the speedway, can't make the move out of turn number 4.
Single file through turn.
Brad Furr jumps on the loud pedal. Green flag flies once again. Down into turns 1 and 2. Sammy Swindell with a challenge for the lead. They go side by side out of turn number 2.
Paulus beginning to close in on Coelho. Goes underneath in turn number 4. Brian Paulus up to the
half-mile oval here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Brad Furr leading Jack Haudenschild into turns 3 and 4. Checkered flag waves. Brad Furr is your first heat race winner. Picking up the victory in heat race number 1, the driver of the San Mina SCI car number 2, that was Brad Furr. Finds the 70 of Calvin Landis and the 5C of Brian Coelho in the front row, the number 4 of Mike Faria and the 2 of Brad Furr in row number 2, 6 Danny Wood, 5M Mark Kinzer in row 3, 21. Couple of cars getting stacked up, green flag flies down the front stretch into turn number 1. It's the 70 of Calvin Landis out in front. Brad Furr to the high side of the speedway, trying to take the second spot from Brian Coelho. Makes that move happen. Number 70 of Calvin Landis leading it. He got a little loose exiting turn number 4. Here comes Brad Furr in the San Mina number 2F giving chase. As Brad Furr continues to close in on race leader Calvin Landis.
John, that car is brutally fast. I've been watching that number 2 car. Look at this thing accelerate down the straightaway.
Halfway home, this time by 4 laps in the books, 4 laps to go, encountering lap traffic now. Brad Furr right on the back bumper of Landis, but Landis gets the nice pull out of turn number 2. Lap car of Schaefer, a little bit of a problem now. Furr negotiates that machine and continues to set sail toward Calvin Landis in car number 70. Meanwhile, 3 laps remaining, Calvin Landis trying to hold on for a heat race victory. Brad Furr down to the inside of the speedway trying to make the move. Mark Kinzer going to try to make it 3 wide for the lead. Landis holds on as Danny Wood goes to the high side, passing Brian Coelho for 4th. Landis takes the white flag, half a mile remaining in heat race number 1. 0.3 of a second the advantage over Brad Furr. Again, Brad Furr downstairs where Laverne and Shirley used to live, side by side with Calvin Landis. They're wheel to wheel down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Landis up on the top shelf where Dad hides the Playboys. He's going to hang on to win heat race number 1. This time the green flag is flying and heat race number 3 is underway. Brad Furr getting a nice jump out of turn 4 to take command. Wow, Jim
As Calvin Landis off the second turn, pulls away from him, begins working on closing down the gap between himself and Stevie Smith. Driver number 11, up front, Brad Furr, taking off turn 2 down the backstretch. Brad
Furr, of course, got his first ever preliminary feature win in Pennzoil World of Outlaws competition right here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway back in November. He's a graduate of the World of Outlaws Come On Racing Series, and he just turned a 14.099 and over 127.5 miles per hour. Fastest lap we've seen this car in heat race number 3 as he sees the crosswalk.
Brad Furr catching the lap traffic off turn number 2. He'll squeeze to the outside between the 91. Paul Norbury not showing him any quarter as he goes to turn number 3 now, side by side check.
Albuquerque, New Mexico, you one of the best. You've got them 4 abreast, the greatest show on dirt, the Pennzoil World of Outlaws. Still Steve Cushman, Denny Williams, and Dion Hemby ready to go. The green flag is flying. On turn number 4, Joey Saldana takes the high side of the speedway to the lead. Here's Joey Saldana leading and being challenged by the King of the Outlaws. Steve Kinzer couldn't make the move to the lead out of turn number 2. Kinzer to the high side this time, up on the cushion out of turn number 4. Can make the move once again. And Brad Furr rounding out the top 5. Your 25-lap preliminary feature winner in the Quaker State car number 11, Steve Kinzer. Rounding out the top 5 this afternoon, the San Mina number 2 of Brad Furr.
It's the 5M of Mark Kinzer and the deuce of Brad Furr in the front row. 35 Tyler Walker, 20 Danny Lasowski in row 2, 41 Jason Johnson, 76 PJ Chesson in row 3. The 9 of Gary Wright and the 11H of Stevie Smith in row 4. Again, 5 laps is the distance. The way these 8 cars finish the O'Reilly Auto Parts Dash is the way we'll line up the inside top 8 rows in our 25-lap preliminary feature this evening. Green and go down the front straight toward turns 1 and 2. Brad Furr jumps to the early lead out of the 4th corner. Mark Kinzer working the low side now with Tyler Walker challenging. It is Brad Furr out in front by 1.05 seconds, coming down to complete lap number 3. Just 5 laps the distance in this O'Reilly Auto Parts Dash. Brad Furr picks up the win in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Dash. He's on the pole for tonight's feature event, and we're headed trackside to get a word with the driver of the San Mita number 2.
1, 2.
The Devil's Bowl Speedway, you wanted the best, you've got them 4 abreast, the greatest show on dirt, the Pennzoil World of Outlaws. Caution lights go out, we race out of turn 4 the next time by 25 laps the distance. Top 4 finishers in this A main event lock into the top 4 starting spots at tomorrow's O'Reilly Auto Parts Dash. It's the deuce of Brad Furr and the 11 of Steve Kinzer in the front row. 5M Mark Kinzer, 17 Joey Saldana in row 2, 35 Tyler Walker, 2W Johnny Herrera in row 3, 20 Danny Lasowski, 7 Craig Delansky in row 4, 11H Stevie Smith, 83 Tim Schaefer in row 5, then Gary Wright, Jack Hodenshield, PJ Chesson, Danny Wood, Jason Johnson, Brooke Tatnell, Ricky Logan, Randy Hannigan. The rest of the field ready for action as the green flag flies and our main event is underway. Brad Furr is on the high side of the Speedway, 1 and 2 takes the early lead as it's It's up to Brad Furr to set the pace now and choose the line in turns 3 and 4. The rest of the field must follow. Looks like he's going to bring him on the high side. Green flag waving. We are underway once again. Jumps up to the cushion and comes in. It's Brad Furr, Kinzer, Steve Kinzer, Tyler Walker, your top 4. Joey Saldana runs 5th, Danny Lasowski 6th, Craig Delansky 7th, Tim Schaefer 8th, Stevie Smith 9th, and Jack Hodenshield 10th. Kinzer now works to the outside of Ricky Logan. Logan's around the corner, still behind the edge of the race with the Brad Furr. Furr again looking for that second career preliminary feature win. Steve Kinzer coming low into the trail. Working on Johnny Herrera, trying to put the Heinz Brothers up load of 2W on the lap down. Tyler Walker instead of Steve Kinzer, Mark Kinzer, Tyler Walker, your top 4. Then it's the lap car of Ricky Logan. Joey Saldana runs 5th. Will be heading to victory lane in the San Mita SCI car number 2, and we'll be headed trackside to get a word with him. He is your preliminary feature winner. Steve Kinzer unofficially 2nd, Mark Kinzer 3rd, Tyler Walker 4th, and Danny Lasowski rounding out the top 5. We're headed track.
Johnny Gibson headed trackside to get a word with our winner Brad Furr in the number 2 machine.
just a few minutes, we will be kicking the gates open. You will be able to go over to the pit area. You'll be able to go up on top and right in through here, right through the center. So Johnny Gibson headed trackside. Night number 1, don't forget we do it all again tomorrow night here at Devil's Bowl Speedway. The 29th Annual Spring Nationals featuring the Pennzoil World of Outlaws and of course the USA Modifieds. Night number 2, tomorrow night.
And again, don't forget, one will be 2 weeks from tonight, opening up the 2002 championship season here at Devil's Bowl Speedway with the USA Modifieds, USA Sprints, late models, and world-class street stocks.
Don't forget, on your way to the track tomorrow, tune in to 11:90 a.m. Listen to Race Talk. We'll talk about the races here at Devil's Bowl Speedway. Of course, Devil's Bowl is the sponsor of the show. Listen to that. It'll be every Saturday, 6 o'clock. So something to listen to on the way to the track.
Absolutely. All right, let's kick it down trackside. Johnny Gibson down trackside with the winner of tonight's Pennzoil World of Outlaw feature, Brad Furr.
Thank you very much, Calvin. We'll let the photographers get a couple more quick pictures in, and we'll step in and talk to the driver out of Pleasanton, California. Brad, first of all, congratulations. A great victory here at the Devil's Bowl Speedway, and it seemed like the car was good pretty much anywhere you put it on the racetrack.
Yeah, the guys just did an excellent job. I did the easy part, really.
Talk a little bit about that late caution. A caution flag waving with 7 laps to go took you out of lap traffic. A benefit, or was that something that maybe made you a little nervous?
Maybe nervous. I just assumed the thing just keep going and I wouldn't even worry about cautions or anything, but I don't know. We just seemed to be, the worst place we were was coming out of 2, and I knew if we could just get through there, I knew they weren't going to get us down on this end, so I'm just happy.
Talk a little bit now about the importance of being locked in for that O'Reilly Auto Parts Dash tomorrow night. You don't have to qualify, don't have to run a heat race. What do you do tomorrow?
Basically just get here and we run a dash and main event.
Brad Furr, second career preliminary feature win. It comes tonight at the Devil's Bowl Speedway. He is your Pennzoil World of Outlaws A-Main winner on night number 1 of the O'Reilly Spring National. Brad Furr, another graduate of that series. This is his second full year with the Pennzoil World of Outlaws.
Look at the crowd, please, and Brad Furr way out in front of the field on this one. The crowd sees him on the high side. No contest, anything. Oh, Brad Furr all alone like the chess club president on prom night out in front. He is the winner of the second O'Reilly Auto Parts Dash, and our thanks to O'Reilly Auto Parts for bringing you the O'Reilly Dashes in the 2002 season. Heasley, Missouri, you one of the best. You've got them for abreast. The greatest show on dirt, the Pennzoil World of Outlaws. Brad Furr, the 7 of Jason Sides in row 4, 83 Tim Schaefer, the 15 of Johnny Sharks in row number 5. of Brooke Tadnall. We are green and racing through corners 1 and 2. Brad Furr out to the early lead. Daring for Brad Furr in the San Mina SCI number 2. 4/10 of a mile to go. Looks like he's going to grab the pole position for our 30-lap feature this evening. Down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Brad Furr is on the pole. He's the winner of the first O'Reilly Auto Parts Dash. Brad Furr in the San Mina SCI car number 2 on the pole for tonight's 30-lap feature event. He is the winner of the first O'Reilly Auto Parts Dash this evening. Go racing the next time around. Get this 30-lap feature event underway. So ladies and gentlemen, right now, how about make some noise, because the next time by, they're going to go green. Pennzoil Wall of Outlaws, hey Maine. Kinzer, 5M Mark Kinzer, 1X Randy Hannigan, your top 10 starters as we go green. Down the front stretch. 3 laps in the books. The lead for Brad Furr, 1.6 seconds as they cross the start-finish line. Brad Furr now stretching the lead out, 2.1 seconds. Craig Kinzer still holding on to the runner-up spot, now being challenged by Ricky Logan's Lucas Oil Products car number 3S. Race leader into traffic out of turn number 2. Brian Paulus is the first car that goes a lap down to Brad Furr's San Mina number 2. Now heavy traffic directly in front of race leader Brad Furr. Tries to work the inside of the speedway to gain ground on Jason Johnson's category number 41. Can't quite make that happen in 1 and 2. Craig Kinzer is closing in on the race leader, as is Ricky Logan and Steve Kinzer, with heavy traffic and a rubber down track in turns 1 and 2, making it difficult to make moves. The lead is down to 9/10 of a second. Now Brad Furr finally able to squeak by Jason Johnson's number 41, sets his sights on Travis Ryland and the Hallmark Trailers number 1A. We go green once again. Brad Furr now with the 11K of Craig Kinzer right behind him. Brad Furr out in front of Craig Kinzer as they complete lap number 19 by 2.09 seconds. And again, looking at lap traffic right in front of the leader. Laps winding down. As Joey Saldana and Stevie Smith race for position right in front of leader Brad Furr. Still a straightaway between himself and second place running Craig Kinzer. Five circuits remaining, make it 4 as Brad Furr crosses the start-finish line. This time out of turn number 4, Brad Furr will see the white flag, got into turn number 4, pretty hot, nearly got into the back of Joey Saldana's Himsaw number 17. Keeps it straightened out, white flag flying, 4/10 of a mile to go for the driver from Pleasanton, California. down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Checkered flag will fly. Brad Furr for the second time this season. Preliminary feature winner with the Pennzoil World of Outlaws. Brad Furr picks up the win in the San Mina SCI car number 2. Steve Kinzer pulling down on the front straightaway. Top 4 finisher stopped on the front stretch. Steve, congratulations all the way around. As we're going to send it downstairs very shortly to Pat Sullivan in Victory Lane.
Well, improbable it was, Johnny, to get in the feature event. We'll be down trackside in just a matter of moments. Well, he won a preliminary event down in Mesquite. The state of Texas has been good for the California driver in the San Mina number 2. Your feature winner tonight, the preliminary night, let's hear it for Brad Furr.
Thank you.
Brad, I tell you what, we might have to call you the Rainmeister. We had some sense that perhaps this wasn't going to happen, and by God, we got it in.
Yeah, we were starting on the front, and I seen it starting to rain. I was like, man, oh, I hope it don't rain out. I really want to try to do this, and you know, I like coming to Texas. They got good tracks, and the fans are even better, so it's a nice time to come down here.
Well, the gentleman with Southern Bleachers, Elvis Moore, has a piece of hardware I know that you're interested in. Elvis, come on over. This young man wants to get that hardware.
Thank you, man. That is nice.
We appreciate all Southern Bleachers has done for short track racing here at this great facility. This is a fine young driver next to you.
He's fantastic. We appreciate him.
Thank you very much. Nice, beautiful track.
You want to hang on to that?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the best road.
Stand there 1 second, shake his hand if you could.
Brad, I tell you, it's got to be a dream. You've cut your teeth, obviously, in the Gum Out Series to come out here and race with the likes of a Steve Kinzer and all the stars, the World of Outlaws. You've proven that you can win in this series, and maybe a big step tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, I sure hope so. We'll definitely have a good starting spot tomorrow. Anytime you got the King and any of those guys chasing you around, you got to feel pretty good.
Well, it's a great run, the San Mina number 2. Congratulations to Brad Furr. We might try to sneak a word in here if we can, get Craig Kinzer, maybe even Steve in. Good, they're on their way up. This is going to be a lot.
Louder than the engines from these 24 800 horsepower monsters. Talladega, Alabama. You wanted the best. You've got them 4 abreast. The greatest show on dirt, the Pennzoil World of Outlaws. Joey Saldana, Stevie Smith, Danny Wood, Wayne Johnson, Craig Hill, the rest of the field. We go green out of turn number 4. Brad Furr takes the early lead, racing to the bottom side in turns 1 and 2. The points is after there, a 3-car battle for the lead down the front straightaway. Shane Stewart back to the middle of the speedway, trying to take second spot from Danny Lasowski down the backstretch of the race. Shane Stewart is up into second, going to try to challenge for the lead in 1 and 2. Stewart won the preliminary feature here in October, trying to duplicate it here in 2002. Runs to the middle side of the speedway, still 3 cars battling it out for the lead out of turn number 4, and it is Brad Furr hanging on by half a car length. Shane Stewart and Brad Furr battling side by side for the lead out of turn number 4. Give the lead to Furr. In the lap traffic, they go a side-by-side battle. Danny Lasowski still not done with this one as of yet. Lap car Tom Bush down on the bottom of the speedway. Main trap right there. Here comes Shane Stewart on the top side. Great racing from first, second, and third in lap Johnson. Back into second now. Still a three-car battle for the lead the way it's been the entire race as Stewart works the top side once again. Battle for the lead. Who's going to start finish line? Lasowski takes it into 1 and 2. It is Lasowski out in front. Steve Stewart now second. Brad Furr back to third. Steve fourth. Steve Kinzer fifth. Into turn number 2, Shane Stewart and Brad Furr racing side by side for the second spot. Stewart still holds it coming off the turn number 4. Steve Kinzer and Tim Schaefer go side by side in the battle for 4th. Lasowski, then Shane Stewart, Brad Furr, Steve Kinzer, and Tim Schaefer running 5th. Remember, the top 4 finishers walk automatically into tomorrow night's O'Reilly Auto Parts Dash. Donnie Sharp on the move to the Parker's Force in turns 1 and 2. Into 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag flies, but dude wins at Talladega. Lasowski victorious. Try it one more time out of turn number 4. Green flag waves, and again we are underway in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Dash for the Pennzoil World Outlaws into turns 1 and 2. Danny Lasowski down low. Shane Stewart working the high side of the speedway. Lasowski will lead down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Lasowski leading it. Shane Stewart right there in second. Steve Kinzer third. Brad Furr fourth. Battle for 5th between the 15 of Donnie Schatz and the 83 of Tim Schaefer. Schatz making the move up on the top side of the speedway. Takes the 5th spot. Now going to try to grab the 4th position from Brad Furr. Donnie Schatz is working on the high side of the speedway now. Is going forward now, maybe trying to take over Steve Kinzer. Kinzer jumps up to the top side as well. 3-car battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. They go 3 wide on the back straightaway. It is Furr down low, Schatz in the middle, Steve Kinzer up high. Lasowski continuing to lead, and again 3 wide for 3rd on a turn number 4. Gives it the Quakers down limit of Steve Kinzer. Danny Lasowski continuing to lead it, but here comes Shane Stewart finding something in the middle of the speedway now. Battle Hannigan, Darren Pittman, Danny Wood, Craig Kinzer, Jeremy Campbell, the rest of the field set to go green as we are underway with our 45A main and Danny Lasowski takes the lead on the high side out of turn number 4. It's going to be a 3-car battle for the lead down the backstretch. Lasowski hangs on. In car number 2, Brad Furr. Then 5, Jack Hodenshield. 83, Tim Schaefer. 5M, Mark Kinzer. 17, Joey Saldana. 11, J. Jan Howard. D1, Dan Oswald. Mike Chad bringing him out of turn number 4. Green flag flies and we're underway. On the top side, out of turn number 2, Brad Furr taking the lead in the San Mina car number 2. Brooke Tatler running second, now being challenged on the low side by the Steel City. This time by white flag flies, 4/10 of a mile remaining in heat race number 1 for the Pennzoil World of Outlaws. Brad Furr, graduate of the World of Outlaws Gaumont Racing Series, now leading the field into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag will fly. Brad Furr picks up the heat race win. Speedway. Green flag waves on Brad Furr. challenging Brad Furr. Danny Wood a little sideways there. Furr slides to the outside of the speedway. It's neck and neck down the backstretch. Give the lead to Brad Furr in the San Mina car number 2. Danny Wood, Brad Furr seemingly with things in command at this point. Less than half a lap to go for the driver out of Pleasanton, California. Into the final turn for the final time. Brad Furr is your B-main winner. Brad Furr bouncing in turn number 1, upside down. Brad Furr in the San Mina SCI car number 2 getting upside down over there in turn number 4, bringing out the red flag on the speedway. We're green and go down the front stretch here, turn number 1. Jim Schaefer jumping up the lead on the bottom of the speedway. Here comes Brad Furr up on the top side. Side by side, wheel-to-wheel battle for the lead down the back stretch into 3 and 4. Schaefer down low, Brad Furr up top. Tyler Walker and Donnie Schatz side by side for 3rd and 4th. It's Schaefer leading lap number 1. Brad Furr 2nd, Tyler Walker 3rd, Donnie Schatz 4th. Jeremy Campbell holds the 5th and final transfer spot as Brad Furr makes the move for the lead. Up top down the back straightaway. Can't hold it into 3 and 4, however, Schaefer slides up in front of him, Furr right back in, and what a great battle out in front of heat race number 3. Paul McMahon ducks to the inside of Jeremy Campbell. It's Brad Furr leading it, Tim Schaefer 2nd, Tyler Walker is 3rd, Donnie Schatz is 4th, and now Paul McMahon up into the 5th and final transfer spot. Jeremy Campbell. Brad Furr, who was upside down hard in turn number 4 here last night, trying to make a full recovery here this evening. Out in front of the field in heat race number 3. White flag flies, 4/10 of a mile to go in this one. The final turn for the final time. It's Brad Furr picking up the heat race victory. Green and go down the front stretch to turn number 1. Brad Furr on the high side of the speedway takes the lead. Kemanoff Furr puts Gale Ruth 1 lap down as he works his way toward turns 3 and 4. Kemanoff follows him into the corner. Race leader Brad Furr. This time by, white flag is displayed, 3/8 of a mile to go. This one's still very much up in the air as Kemanoff right on the back bumper of the San Mina SCI car number 2. They race down the backstretch and into the final turns for the final time. Kemanoff up on the high side of the speedway, tries to cut down low, but Brad Furr hangs on for the win. This one. Green and go into turns 1 and 2. Stevie Smith the leader, but here comes Brad Furr down low, side by side and wheel to wheel. They race into turns 3 and 4. Brad Furr slides up to complete the slide job. Smith tries to drive it back underneath him. Brad Furr leads the first O'Reilly Auto Parts dash. Look at the 17 car Joey Saldana, inches from the wall in the top of 1 and 2. Now a 3-car battle for the lead out of turn number 4. Brad Furr leads at Smith 2nd, Saldana 3rd, Mark Kinzer 4th, Jack Haudenschild 5th. Out of turn number 4, Brad Furr in the San Mina machine out in front now by 6-car lengths over Stevie Smith. Again, Joey. Checkered flag waves, Brad Furr wins it. Things getting a little intense during the second O'Reilly Auto Parts dash. The winner in the San Mina SCI car number 2 is Brad Furr. Distance. Eldora Speedway, you wanted the best, you've got them 4 abreast, the greatest show on dirt, the Pennzoil World of Outlaws. U2, Paul McMahon in row 10, 11K, Craig Kinzer, 51, Danny Smith, Ken Walters and Brian Paulus rounding out the field as the green flag flies on the A-main. Into turns 1 and 2, Brad Furr gets the early jump to take the lead. Here comes Joey Saldana challenging PJ Chesson for 2nd. 3 and 4 lap traffic right in front of your race leader. Brad Furr leading it. Joey Saldana 2nd. Half a straightaway up to the next lap car they will see. That will be the 51 of Danny Smith. Battle for the lead in turns 1 and 2. Saldana down low but can't make the pass. Joey Saldana, the big slide job in 3 and 4. Furr turns it right back underneath him, but Saldana's the new leader. PJ Chesson now closing in on Brad Furr. Battle for second shaping up. Saldana, Furr, Chesson, Lasowski, and Kinzer top 5. Stevie Smith 6th, Jack Haudenschild 7th, Mark Kinzer 8th. Battle for 9th. Right now, Craig Delansky's got it. Chad Kemino trying to take it from him. Car spinning, it is the leader. Saldana sideways in turn number 4. And Johnny Herrera running 10th. Danny. Chesson dives down low looking for the lead in 3 and 4. Can't make the pass. Steve Kinzer makes the bid for the lead in 1 and 2. The King of the Outlaws is back out front. Have to see if that affected the right rear tire on Furr's car. He tapped the wall the last time by in turn number 2. This time Lasowski tries it for the runner-up spot but can't make it happen. For the Pennzoil World of Outlaws A-Main win.
The Pennzoil World of Outlaws. Here we come.
Brad Furr comes home third this evening in the San Mina SCI car number 2. Brad, you had quite a battle with Jack Hodenshield for a while, and then with Mark Kinzer, you were racing your heart out back there a little bit behind these guys.
Yeah, it really was. Guys just give me a good car, and I just kind of the dummy behind the wheel there, and we managed to get up to third, so we're happy.
Do you like a fast track like we've got here at Eagle Raceway this evening?
Well, I've always liked Eagle, fast or slow.
How about it, ladies and gentlemen, a great third-place finish for Brad Furr in the San Mina car number 2. Darren Pittman, those are your top 10 starters. Out of turn number 4 and down to the green flag. A-main event is underway. Steve Kinzer gets the big jump to take the lead into 1 and 2. 1 lap down and 29 remaining. Steve Kinzer leading over Craig Delansky, Jack Hodenshield, Danny Lasowski, and Brad Furr. 3 laps in the books. Brad Furr to the inside of Jack Hodenshield as they race for the 4th spot into turns 3 and 4.
Again, making the moves on the inside. Furr is showing that he can have the power to go down low and getting a little high through turn 1. That'll take the position back. Jack Hodenshield moves back up into 4th. Furr back to 2nd or 5th. And problems with Hodenshield coming out of 4th, and now Delansky gives up the position to Brad Furr as he moves into 3rd.
Now Brad Furr on the charge, goes by Delansky, sets his sights on Lasowski, top 3 running the bottom in 3 and 4.
Stay in front of the dude, Danny Lasowski. They pass the halfway point as Brad Furr closing the gap on the dude as well. Behind him, Sammy Swindell in the 83 Junior making the move as he tries to get by Jack Hodenshield down the backstretch. He'll make the pass. Swindell running very low now as he tries to close the gap, but out in front they are nose to tail your leaders. Steve
Brad Furr and Lasowski side by side give the 2nd spot to Brad Furr.
Brad Furr doing the power stand as did Lasowski, and now Furr sets his sights on Steve Kinzer. Kinzer, can he have enough car to hold off Brad Furr as Furr charges out of turn number 4? Steve Kinzer out in front. Brad Furr right behind him. Kinzer able to shut the door again.
Sammy Swindell and Darren Pittman battling it out.
Kinzer, Brad Furr, the dude, Danny Lasowski. And here comes Furr. Kinzer slides on the high side. Kinzer sees the slower lap traffic. He's hoping that Furr will get caught up behind that and be able to keep on the outside. He stays in front of him one more time. We'll see if Kinzer's move is going to hold off the hard-charging Brad Furr, and he does, as Furr now tries to get up past the slower lap traffic.
What a great battle out in front of this one. Brad Furr a little faster, perhaps through the bottom of 3 and 4, but Steve Kinzer better down the straightaways and into 1 and 2.
They're able to move through the traffic better than Furr at this point.
Steve Kinzer now trying to put his son Craig a lap down. Craig holding up the King of the Outlaws. Steve moves to the top side of the Speedway. Craig with a preferred line down low, but Steve able to make the middle of the Speedway work.
Brad Furr running out of laps as he gets behind Craig Kinzer. Steve Kinzer out in front. Craig Kinzer blocking the number 2 of Brad.
Kinzer works his way into 3 and 4. The King of the Outlaws looking for a preliminary win. He looks at the checkered flag. Steve Kinzer, the victor at Eagle.
Coming home 2nd, the horse, number 2, Brad Furr.
And he's going to work with 2nd place finisher Brad Furr. Brad, an incredible run here this evening. A nice job. You got underneath Steve a couple of times, just not enough room to complete the pass.
Yeah, I got by him there once for a split second. My guys just did a real good job. They gave me the car to get to the front. Unfortunately, I just couldn't quite keep it there, but I think when the money's on tomorrow night, hopefully we'll be on.
How about it, ladies and gentlemen? Brad Furr, runner-up tonight for Raceway.
Johnny's going to go downstairs, but right now Brad Furr sets the pace coming out of 4. But out in front, it is Brad Furr holding on to the number 1 spot. The dude Danny Furr holding on to a 7/10 of a second lead over the dude Danny Lasowski. Jack Hodenshield staying on the high side of the track as the checkered flags fly for the San Mina number 2 of Brad Furr. Now down to trackside and John Gibson.
Thank you, Rick. We're standing down here with a man on the pole for the feature event this evening, O'Reilly Auto Parts Dash winner Brad Furr. Brad, we talked to you down here last night after a 2nd place finish. You said you thought that when the money was on the line, you guys had the stuff to get it done. Does it still feel that way?
So far, so good. It's going to be a tough race, but my guys have done a good job all weekend. I think we'll be good.
Noticed you running the low line here during the O'Reilly Auto Parts Dash. Did you check out the top at all and see what it's like up there?
I didn't check it out a whole lot, a little bit after the checkered, but I think it's going to be one on the bottom, but you never know.
About it, ladies and gentlemen, Brad Furr looking for his first Eagle Nationals win.
In middle 11, the 9X Wade 911, the 11 of Steve Kinzer. We are ready to go in the feature.
Into the first turn, Brad Furr taking command. Steve Kinzer up to third, now challenging Phil Gressman. Kinzer looks to the low side, going to try the slide job in turn number 4, makes it happen. And the King of the Outlaws up to second. Now Brad Furr by 6 car lengths at the start-finish line as Brandon Wimmer tries to make the move around Mark Smith. They're wheel-to-wheel and side-by-side racing toward the back of the pack. Wimmer with the slide job. The 16-year-old high school sophomore moves up a spot as Todd Kane drops out. Brad Furr still showing the way around the fast half mile on that San Mina SCI car number 2. Back to racing action. Now Steve Kinzer looks down low, checkered flag flies. Brad Furr hangs on for the win.
Tim Schaefer, the Summer Nationals point leader at this moment, starting outside front row alongside Brad Furr. Green waves. Leads the pack into turn number 1. Furr hooked to the cushion. Schaefer trying the low side of the racetrack. Last lap on Brad Furr. Schaefer second, Kinzer third, Price is fourth, Darren Pittman fifth. Checkered flag coming out. On the San Mina number 2, Brad Furr. Schaefer gets second, Steve Kinzer third. And now we go. Hodnett in the lead at the start. Hodnett drives off the Hodnett working off the high side of turn number 4. Non-ups are down, Brad Furr trying to move in. Hodnett closing up. Brad Furr moving in on the leader now. Furr closing on Greg Hodnett. Furr gaining speed. Hodnett off the pace on the backstretch. Furr moving in. "11 laps down on Greg Hodnett. Widely and Wood battle in front of him. On lap 12, Hodnett's lead is all but gone. Furr right behind him. Tim Schaefer right there as is Salvana and now Mark Kinzer. Tim Schaefer working the inside on Brad Furr. We have reached the halfway point. Hodnett, Furr, Schaefer, and Salvana battling for the lead. Tim Schaefer draws by Furr on the backstretch. Furr tries to get Schaefer back, can't do it. Lap cars playing havoc with the leaders. Tim Schaefer using up all of the racetrack at car number 83. Complete lap number 19, 6 remaining for Schaefer. Hodnett lost his momentum and Brian Paul slid in front of him. Brad Furr goes by Hodnett third. Looks on the 83. Salvana trying to close on the leader. Slides across the track. Checkered flag is out for Joey Salvana. Tim Schaefer second. Steve Kinzer third.
Laps around the new Sharon Speedway. Green flag is flying on this one. Out of turn number 4, Joey Salvana on the high side to take the lead. Steve Kinzer, Paul McMahon, and Brad Furr 3 wide for second into 3 and 4. It is Steve Kinzer getting the best of that duel. for third. Now Paul McMahon and Brad Furr go side by side into 3 and 4. Furr with a big slide job coming up. Saldana continues to lead it. Wait to take number 11. Now Brad Furr to the inside of Steve Kinzer, battle for second. Furr cannot make the pass. Down the backstretch, Brad Furr now goes around Steve Kinzer to take the second spot. It's Saldana, Brad Furr, Steve Kinzer. Then Randy Hannigan and Tim Schaefer rounding out the top 5. Stevie still 6, Darren Pittman 7, Edmonds Jr. 8, Paul McMahon 9, then Danny Wood completes the top 10. Brad Furr now tracking down leader Joey Saldana. Tim Schaefer to the inside of the Speedway, going to try to take fourth from Randy Hannigan. Saldana continuing to set the pace. Brad Furr right behind him. Steve Kinzer not out of this one yet, running in third. Leaders continue to work the traffic up on the top side of the Speedway. Steve Kinzer now right back on Brad Furr's back bumper. Going to try to take the second spot back. Out of turn number 4 there, side by side. Furr holds on to the spot. Edmonds Jr. making progress on the bottom side of the Speedway. Joey Saldana still with 6 car lengths between himself and Brad Furr. Furr way up high in turn number 2, nearly kissed the guardrail over there. Saldana, Furr, Kinzer, Hannigan, Schaefer, and Edmonds Jr. up into 7th. Make that 6th. Brad Furr down low. The battle for the lead is out of turn number 4. Furr can't quite pull it off. Saldana down the low side now, trying to protect the bottom from Brad Furr. Steve Kinzer is in the wall in turn number 2. And as the caution lights go out, we get ready to go back to racing the next time by. Just 10 laps remaining in this one. Saldana looking for his 4th win of the season. He's out in front of the field. Brad Furr runs second, trying to get his 2nd A-Main victory of the 2002 campaign. time tonight we car in victory lane, but it was not easy. You were out cruising for a while in the early stages of the feature, and then Brad Furr got under you, showed you a nose. Did that make you move down to the bottom there to try to protect?
Well, I honestly, he put a little bit harder tire on than we did, so, you know, I needed that yellow, and I think that's what hurt him, because they said he fell back to third, so you know, everything worked out tonight. I mean, if we wouldn't have that yellow, I'm sure his tire was probably just getting going. So, you know, you got to be lucky in these deals. And
in the 83 Junior, as we reset for you, Darren Pittman is in the blue 21, Brad Furr in the red number 2, Craig Delansky in the red number 7. Here we go. And the third number 1 is Mark Kinzer, who gets the low too high, and Mark Kinzer leads lap number 2. Brad Furr down on the bottom now, getting a run on Darren Pittman. And Brad Furr takes over the number 4 spot. Pittman races right back. A couple of former come-out gurus going side by side down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. Furr and Pittman battling for 4th. Schaefer, Sammy Swindell, Brad Furr, 4th, Pittman in 3rd and 83 JR. Brad Furr, as we mentioned, had what they call their short track motor in tonight, but he's been getting an awful good drive. Up to 4th, Darren Pittman. Mark Kinzer getting a great jump on the restart. Put some distance between himself and the rest of them. Tim Schaefer, Brad Furr now with a run on Sammy Swindell, and Brad Furr might be the fastest car on the racetrack. Furr slides up and takes away 3rd from the 3-time World of Outlaw veteran. $15 down, 10 to go. Tim Schaefer, after a pretty long break here, driver's going to have to catch their rhythm again as we get set for the final 10. And Whipple, Pennsylvania, the Beef Packers, number 83, the California-based car, rides to victory on line number 2 of the Harvest Classic. Tim Schaefer, the winner. Mark Kinzer, 2nd. Brad Furr, 3rd.
I want you to stand and make some noise. Let these drivers know that you appreciate their performance here this weekend. Calistoga, California, you one of the best. You've got them 4 abreast. The greatest show on dirt, the Pennzoil World of Outlaws.
Harvest Classic style, we wait all year for the World of Outlaws to come here to Calistoga Speedway and get it on for $20,000 to win. Mark Kinzer looking for his first Harvest Classic title from the pole tonight in the Mopar number 5M. Danny Lasowski was the 2000 winner of this race. He's outside of the front row. It's all about to come loose right now, race fans. Here we go. The green flag flies. We are racing into turn number 1, and Mark Kinzer gets the jump. Down the back straightaway. Mark Kinzer leads Danny Lasowski. Craig Delansky got a good start. He rolls right up on Brad Furr, races to the inside. Kinzer gets sideways coming off of 4, and that gives the lead to Danny Lasowski. Mark Kinzer nearly spun out the Mopar number 5M coming off of turn number 4 that time. As Furr clears Mike Goodman, he has Lasowski in his viewfinder right now. Lasowski definitely taking it easy right now as Brad Furr closes up to within a car length down the back straightaway. Lasowski trying to hang on as the Pleasanton, California driver looking to have his finest moment of the season. It's Lasowski and Furr, 10 as Brad Furr lit up the tire a couple times coming off of turn number 4. We also saw a little bit of right rear tire smoke coming off of the 21 of Darren Pittman. So even though there's 15 laps to go, there's still a long way to go because you've got to make sure you... Here we go, 15 to go. Brad Furr leads the strong field down into turn number 1. Darren Pittman's right on him, and Pittman gave it a look to the end. Brad Furr with a huge advantage here in the Calistoga half mile with 23 laps down. He's got a straightaway. With about 6 laps to go, still not out of the woods yet for Brad, even though he has the big lead. 24 down, 6 to go. Furr enters traffic. It took him 9 laps really to reach the bulk of traffic that time. Brad Furr, Darren Pittman. Hodshill third, Kenzer fourth, Lasowski fifth, Delansky still 6th. Myers now 7th. Tim Schaefer 8th. Sammy Swindell 9th. Randy Hannigan's moved into the top 10. And Brad Furr, upside down, the leader of the race, had the right rear explode as he was going into turn number 1. It looked like it was a right rear tire issue for the 2 of Brad Furr. Again, that's premature, but the leader of the race, it appeared, had something explode on him, or perhaps Chesson's rear tire explode. Brad Furr is out of the car, race fans. He's okay. Long walk back in toward the infield area. How about one more real loud round of applause for Brad Furr, the driver of car number 2. Appeared to have them covered when again it looked like the right rear may have exploded going into turn number 1.
Car. You know, unfortunate for Brad, I think he had the race won there. You know, when it took rubber, he had the tires for sure, and he had checked out. But you know, luckily ours stayed together and came together in one piece in 30 laps.
Car number 21 is Darren Pittman, finishing 2nd. Car number 5, Jack Hodenschild. 3rd spot goes to number 11, Steve Kinzer. 4th, number 20, Danny Lasowski. Finishing 5th, number 83, Tim
Wheel Wednesday is brought to you by Honda, proud sponsor of the 2002 FedEx Championship Series.
The fireworks were flying and the crowd was pumped as the Outlaws took to Calistoga Speedway Sunday night. And Mark Kinzer grabbed the early lead from the pole sitter Danny Lasowski to kick off the feature race of the 3-day Harvest Classic. But Kinzer's lead vanished quickly as he got squirrely exiting 3, and the dude was able to slip around for the lead, much to the delight of the huge crowd. Lasowski led the first 12 laps, but 13 proved unlucky. Brad Furr smoked the tires in 4 and ground past the dude to take the lead 15 laps in. Stevie Smith goes down with a flat right rear. It appears tire wear becoming a factor. 24 laps in, Furr worked hard on extending his lead. When his right rear gave out, sent him flipping hard into the wall. He got out of the car okay. But
back to the first 8 positions. Kading and Furr bring them off. They get on the front. Brands up. On the brake down into turns 1 and 2. Tim Kading is there with the lead. There comes Furr on that high side down into turns 3 and 4. Furr working the high side, brings it around. Furr puts the hammer down, gets the jump on. Gets around down on the inside, pulls around, picks up that 5th spot, but it's Furr down into turns 3 and 4, picking up the first and 2 round.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the pole for the main event this evening, first O'Reilly Auto Parts Dash winner Brad Furr. Brad, you were out in front at Calistoga on Sunday night and had some misfortune there, got into the wall and got upside down, but you're going to have a chance to do it all over again tonight, starting on the pole, the AMA. And how's the Sam Mina car feel?
Well, the guys have done a good job. Thing seems pretty good after being crashed, so we'll just see how it goes, and I think we'll be good.
Talk a little bit about what you need to do and what kind of shape you need to be in physically to wrestle a car around a tight little track like this.
No, doing a lot of the time just kind of helps you stay in shape for these kind of little bull rings, but they're not that bad.
How much would a victory mean to you back here in California where you started your career?
Oh, I'd love to win in front of all the hometown crowd here. I love all the fans out here, and I'm just glad to be racing for them again.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brad Furr, the winner of the first O'Reilly Auto Parts Dash. nearly 25 years, the best sprint car drivers in the world have gone 4 wide as a salute to you in the grandstands. And in return, we ask that you stand and make some noise when they come out of turn number 4. Please let these drivers know that you appreciate their efforts this evening. Watsonville, California, you one of the best. You've got them four abreast. The greatest show on dirt, the Pennzoil World of Outlaws.
And into turns 3 and 4. Furr and Delansky set the pace. Green's out. And the front down into turn 1 and 2. It's going to be Furr to Furr already in the left traffic. Going around David Rush. Down the back straight with Furr making a move to the traffic. Delansky starting to close in just a little bit back there. Still Brad Furr working hard through traffic now. Delansky still back in second place. Jason Myers holds on to Mark Cannon back in fourth. And fifth place, Brad Lesinski. Furr got up in traffic a little bit. Trying to lose a little bit as Delansky tries to close after him. Brad Furr down there. Furr clears a little bit of traffic. Delansky getting in line. Brad Furr holds on to the lead to Frank Delansky now within about 2 to 3 corners. And Jason Myers closing in on Delansky. Cannon dropping back into the clutches of Danny Lesinski. Trying to make a move down on the inside. Furr down on the inside. Cannon finding a way around running down. Still can't get it done. Frank Delansky still back in second. Jim Hill holds on to that fifth spot. And Lesinski and Daniel Joe back there trying to fight it out around 6th spot. Furr up on the high side. And Tarleton trying to find a way around that. Delansky pulls way back up. Delansky now around 2 downranks of Furr as they go into turns 1 and 2. And Jason Myers closing in on them. Canning starting to close in. Now all with Stevie Smith. Furr now working that high side of the racetrack. Delansky right up there with him. Brad Furr working it hard as he gets off and 2 down the back straightaway. Frank Delansky still sitting back in second. Jason Myers back in that 3rd spot. Stevie Smith holding on to 4th. And Canning back in 5th. As they get back to the line. Lot traffic up there playing a part all the way around the racing circuit. Furr again caught up in traffic. Delansky right there behind him. Can't find a way through. Jason Myers closing in. Stevie Smith already moved right down the 11 of Stevie Smith up to 3rd. Looks like he's got it figured out. Working the high side. Stevie Smith working right up there. Flags out. 1 to go. On the line, Brad Furr with the win. Stevie Smith in second. We're trying to find out right now what in the world happened, but down there, Brad Furr with the win.
Brad Furr, for the second time this season, you're a Pennzoil World Outlaws feature winner, and you've done it in your home state.
Yeah, I'm just happy to be home and race in front of my California fans.
Talk a little bit about lap traffic. You were in lap traffic from lap 5 on in this deal, and it got pretty complicated out there sometimes.
Yeah, I just stuck to my line and I had what I thought was friends out there that were kind of blocking me, so I didn't know what was going on. But yeah, no friends on the track, so I just did what I could, and we made it 30 laps.
Talk a little bit about the momentum this gives you going into the Gold Cup Race of Champions this weekend.
It's going to give us some momentum for sure. We seem to be pretty decent out here, and I really want to do a good job for my California fans. Like I said again, I can't say enough for my guys. Those guys just they get this power. It's pretty easy to drive, and I do the easy part.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brad Furr, your Pennzoil World Outlaws feature winner.
Mark runs, they all dive into the bottom spot in turn 3. Kinzer's got the lead by a mile. First lap will be in the book. So Stevie K. Oh, here comes Schaefer. Schaefer finds some moisture in the bottom as the 83 car shoots into the number 2 spot, and he runs against the cushion. Brad Furr is also ducked underneath in the San Mina number 2 car, now with 10 laps down. Kinzer gets around Pilot in the 14P. Brad Furr is up to second. Schaefer running on the high side. Schatz next, then comes Mark Kinzer, Jason Myers, Danny Wood, Bud Kading, Randy Hannigan, also the 0 of Peter Murphy. Kinzer running the top of the racetrack. He gets up on Morgan. It's still Furr and Schaefer running in the next 2 slots. Little smoke off of Steve Kinzer's Quaker State number 11. It's fairly minor now with 13 laps showing on the board. Almost the halfway point. Up, Pilot off the edge, but is down a lap. 15 laps, we're halfway. Halfway this opening night of the Gold Cup Race of Champions. Brad Furr leaps off of turn number 2. Kinzer had already leapt. Now Kinzer around Trulli in the 33T cars. Trulli goes down big tracks, but he is doing a little torture at this moment. He's got Brad Furr coming around Trulli, so Furr has gained some ground. Schaefer not far behind him. 22 laps on the board, 8 to go. So it continues to be Steve Kinzer out front, Brad Furr in second. Kinzer has to worry about Furr. Furr is closing rapidly. Kinzer needs to make some moves around this lap traffic. He's got to get around Colby Weiss because Furr is closing up, and Furr is being challenged by Schaefer, now with 25 laps down and 5 laps to go. 25 down and 5 to go. Kinzer works up and does. He sticks it deep into turn 3, running up against the cushion. No moisture up there, but he's getting the speed he needs, barring an unforeseen problem. There's traffic right in front of him, though. He's got 2 wheel standing cars. Steve gets up on the high side of the track. They're both in trouble. He's going to get them, too. White flag is out for Kinzer. Now Furr trying to get on top, but Kinzer's already checked out. White flag is waving for Steve Kinzer. Ladies and gentlemen, the man from Bloomington, Indiana, World of Outlaw point leader, the king of the outlaws, Steve Kinzer. Brad Furr's next in line, Mark Kinzer.
Wayne Johnson and Jeremy Campbell ready to go as the green flag is flying and we are underway. Into the first quarter. Lasowski, a great jump on the start. Back to green flag racing action. Brad Furr looks to the low side but can't get back into the top 5. Stevie Smith solidly there. Furr's got his hands full. The king of the outlaws, Steve Kinzer, moving up on him in the Quaker State 11. Look at Tyler Walker down low. However, Walker trying to take the spot from Kinzer and makes the pass on the front straightaway. The Belmont Racing Series. In the lap traffic now goes race leader Danny Lasowski. Finds the 10C Gertie Engines entry of Jeremy Campbell right in front of him there. Brad Furr's gotten around Joey Saldana back into the top 5. Brad Furr ducks down low entering turn number 1, trying to take the 4th spot from Stevie Smith. Throws even with him but couldn't complete the slide job. See if he tries it again in 3 and 4. Furr down low, Smith up on the cushion. Racing side by side and wheel to wheel for 4th. Brad Furr and Stevie Smith going at it at the O'Reilly, Texas Showdown. Some very heavy lap traffic right in front of race leader Danny Lasowski. Furr and Smith continue their great duel. Smith working the middle of the speedway. Brad Furr trying it down low. Nice run onto the bottom of turn number 2, and Brad Furr with the slide job into 3 and 4. Stevie Smith cuts it back underneath him and hangs onto the spot.
Furr and Smith. What a great side-by-side duel, lap after lap around this 4/10 mile oval. Tyler Walker trying to make his way toward the top 5 in that C&W Motorsports number 35. Now Brad Furr uses the lap car of Jeremy Campbell as a pick. Tim Schaefer reeling in the race leader as the laps wind down in the O'Reilly, Texas showdown. Brad Furr right there to try to make it a 3-car race with 10 laps remaining in this one. Top 3 nearly nose to tail in traffic now. Johnny Herrera and Justin Henderson race for position side by side right in front of Lasowski. Here comes Brad Furr down low. Furr takes over the second spot. Brad Furr is on the move. Winner of the Southern Bleacher Classic here back in March. Youngster out of Pleasanton, California ducks down low in 3 and 4, racing for the lead out of the 4th corner, and it's Brad Furr at the stripe taking command. Brad Furr down low, Lasowski up on top, great racing here, Brad Furr now the leader. Brad Furr, a graduate of the Gaumont Racing Series, makes the move on the low side of the speedway, and he is checking out now. Lasowski's going to have to try to reel him back in with just 7 laps to go. 5 to go, just 5 laps remaining. Tyler Walker to the low side of the speedway trying to pick off Craig Delansky. Car slowing in turn number 2. It's the Mopar 5M of Mark Kinzer. We've got just 3 laps left in this one. They race into 1 and 2. Lasowski goes to the high side. Brad Furr down low, and Danny Lasowski back out in front. Brad Furr again to the low side in 3 and 4. Tries to pull even with Lasowski. Can't quite get the job done. Lasowski working the high line. Brad Furr working down low. White flag flying this time by Schaefer's going to try to make the move by Furr. Tim Schaefer takes the runner-up spot into 1 and 2. They race down the backstretch for the final time into 3 and 4. The winner of the Pennzoil World of Outlaws O'Reilly, Texas showdown is Danny the Dude Lasowski.
Starting lineup for dash number 2. The finish will determine the outside 8 rows in the feature event. Starting on the pole in the number 5, the Wild Child, Jack Howdenchild. And starting on the outside of the front row in the 2F from Pleasanton, California, Brad Furr. Starting green flag about to fall. 5 laps the distance. Here we go. Howdenchild and Furr on the front row. Brad Furr leads the field into 1 and 2. Howdenchild drives the 5 in on the bottom. Tries to slide. Brad Furr can't get it done. Down the backstretch. Howdenchild drives it in hard in the number 5, drifts up the speedway, the leader of lap number 1, the 2 of Brad Furr. Howdenchild not giving up, wants the outside of the front row, can't get it done. Brad Furr driving off from Jack Howdenchild now, the high line, the fast line here at Port Royal. Nothing on the bottom, everything. Brad Furr from Pleasanton, California, driving off from the field. Howdenchild has only competed at Port Royal a few times in his career, back in the early 1980s when he drove Bob Weichert's number 29. Howdenchild making a rare appearance here at Port Royal for this World of Outlaws event. The white flag will come out the next time around for the 2 of Brad Furr. 1 lap to go. For the final time, around the cushion, down of 1 and 2, Brad Furr leads the field. Down the backstretch, Brad Furr is on his way to starting on the outside of the front row. He will win the second dash. Jack Howdenchild will finish second, finishing third in the 7th. Start of tonight's A main. Coming into tonight, the score is 3-1. The Pennsylvania Posse has won 3 events here at Port Royal over the Outlaws. Never has a Kinzer won at Port Royal. Mark Kinzer starts on the pole. It has been since April that he has picked up a feature win with the World of Outlaws. And here we go. The green flag is out. 30 laps, $10,000. The feature is underway. Brad Furr leads the drag race into the first turn. Jack Howdenchild moves from the second row into the lead. Howdenchild, the wild child with a Kinzer is third. Craig Delansky is fourth, and Tim Schaefer is up to fifth. Sixth is Randy Hannigan. Seventh is PJ Chesson. Eighth, Joey Southampton. Next up, Brian Paulus. Brian Paulus and Lenny Thompson are going around Port Royal. Halfway, 15 down, 15 to go. Still in traffic. Howdenchild to the inside of Brian Paulus. 18 red flag incident when Kinzer blew a tire. Howdenchild is in firm control of this one. Jack Howdenchild with 12 laps to go to pick up a first ever career win here in Port Royal. He has been wickedly fast so far tonight. Up against the car cushion now, trying to run down Mark Kinzer. Kinzer in the third spot. Brad Furr is second. Hodnett with a wild dive into 3 and 4, and he has caught the race for second. 22 laps down, 8 to go. Hodnett is up against the cushion, trying to take the second spot from Brad Furr and Mark Kinzer. Complete. Howdenchild well out in front. And Brad Furr now, we are understanding, is under 7 cylinders. He has dropped a cylinder. Still, Mark Kinzer and Greg Hodnett not able to get around, and we are back underway. 6 laps to go. Hodnett blasting the top to the outside of Mark Kinzer. Can't get it done. Brad Furr still can't get around the lap machine. Now Darren Pittman racing with the leader. Pittman's 1 lap down, racing with the leader. Jack Howdenchild, it would take major misfortune for Howdenchild to lose the spot now. Howdenchild's well out in front, doesn't seem to have any problems. Take some kind of misfortune on Howdenchild's behalf to lose this race. With Brad Furr, Martin Kinzer, Greg Hodnett, and Craig Delansky running in the top 5. Out. 1 lap to go on the Wild Child, and Johnny Schatz is slowing on the front stretch. We will go green flag this time. 2 laps remaining in tonight's now turned marathon event. Jack Howdenchild still in control, and he streaks away right now. Howdenchild up against the cushion, out in front. This time Hodnett tries the bottom on Mark Kinzer. Howdenchild slowing in the number 5. Howdenchild off the pace in the number 5. All of a sudden, Brad Furr with a missing cylinder is the new leader, and Howdenchild is slowing. Howdenchild off the pace. What a turn of events for the number 5. Could Howdenchild be out of gas down the backstretch? Brad Furr now the leader. Brad Furr with a missing engine leads the field to the checkered flag. Brad Furr the winner. Mark Kinzer will finish second. Greg Hodnett is third.
And we're going to send it downstairs for the interview with Brad Furr. They had to be all over.
I wouldn't give me a hard time. I just wanted to be curious. Thanks, I appreciate it.
This race, Brad, you won one here, what, on 7 cylinders?
Yeah, I can't believe it. I just stayed in there and tried to keep it rolling around there. Yeah, it's too bad for Jack. He really dominated the race. I hate to see him lose one that way, but we'll take it.
Yeah, one guy's misfortunes, another guy's luck, and you were at the right place, the right time. What happened there that the cylinder went down? Do you have any idea?
No, it went down about lap 6 or 7, and it kind of got worse after that last red. I didn't know if I could even get it to accelerate up to speed, but it did it, so I can't complain.
I'll tell you what, that last lap must have been hectic there, weaving your way through to the checkered flag.
Yeah, pretty much. Kind of tried to be as wide as I could and just get there.
You know, I think this is the second time we talked to you here at one of the Gum Out shows a while back. I recall interviewing you. You're a long way from home. You're from Placerville, right?
Pleasanton, California, but yeah, I like coming out here, and I'm just happy to be here.
Track conditions for you this evening, how'd they seem to you?
Oh, I really liked it. I think I've been here a couple times, and this is probably the best I've ever seen it. I don't know. I liked it. My guys just did a really good job and got that car rolling around there really easy to drive. So thanks to them guys, and I really appreciate it.
People you want to recognize for your winning run here, your sponsors and so on.
Oh, yeah, Sandmean, obviously, SCI, Don Ott builds a great engine. I mean, it can even win on 7 cylinders, and Eagle Chassis is usually pretty good out of the box, so we're real happy.
Nice payday here for you this evening.
Yeah, how much is it?
I think we're looking at 10 grand, if I'm not mistaken. We're going to get John Leidy from Leidy Chevrolet Olds and Ford here in Mifflintown to come in here and make the check presentation to you. Also, we've got winning hat for you and your car owner.
10 grand, buddy. I never got one. Congratulations, buddy. Thank you so much, man. Way to go, guy. Yeah, you can have that. Thank you. You can have that.
Brett, we've also got a plaque for you. We got a couple of hats here for you for the NASCAR shop for you and one of your crew members or car owners.
Okay, thank you.
We got Jody Simonton, Miss Port Royal Speedway, coming in here for picture presentation also. I'm going to step out here and let you guys take some pictures. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
Before we do that, we got a 50-50 drawing to take care of. You're going to make a lucky fan here some money before we go home tonight.
All right, here we go. You want me to read the number?
Yeah, if you want.
0, 7, 4, 2, 1, 1, 1.
What color ticket is that?
White.
It's a white ticket.
Thank you very much.
How much?
$2,573.
$2,573. Again, Brad, congratulations. Come back and see us here real soon. Nice job.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Your winning driver here this evening in Victory Lane.
We just picked the guy and made those.
22nd to 28 of Brian Paul. There's 20.
Thanks.
11 Steve Kinzer, 17 Joey Saldana in row 3. Couple of cars crossed out there. The first one comes out across the infield. Now wheeling in race leader Brad Furr. The lead is down to sideways in turn number 2. Brad Furr leading the field back for the restart. Jumps on the lapel between the flag and the start. And we're back in the rear with race number 3. Side by side to the straight, green flag is flying. Brad Furr out on the high side of the speedway. Here comes Mark Kinzer. The Mopar car works well on the bottom side of the speedway. Can't quite make the move with 1 and 2 in fact. White flag signaling 1 more lap to do. Number 3. Furr now back out to a 10-car advantage. Into turns 3 and 4, and the checkered flag will wave. Brad Furr picks up the victory. Brad Furr guides the Sandina number 2 to a heat race victory. Second spot for the Mopar 5.
qualified to go through to the Knoxville Nationals. Look at this for a battle here. This could be a World of Outlaw main right here. You got Furr leading from Shots back there in third to Saldana back in fourth. It's Pittman, so what, top four and racing that Kelly Challenge. Robbie Farr and Brad Furr share the front row. Donnie Shots and Max, Saldana and Pittman, Madsen and Bell. Gee, look at that. 5 Americans in the top 8. Remarkably enough, very little damage. As we go green once more, Donnie Shots is the man.
Lucky it happened during the yellow. The crash crew guys right there on the scene. They do an excellent job. Brad Furr now in the lead. Shots, Saldana. Look at these top 3.
Look at this for a battle here. This could be a World of Outlaw main right here. You got Furr leading from Shots back there in third to Saldana back in fourth. It's Pittman, so what, top 4 causes basically. And here it's Furr. He's having a great run here. Van Bremen down just ahead of him. He's going a lap down, probably in a lap or so. Look at Shots starting to close in. We've talked about it so many times, how Donnie looks like he might be out to lunch, and all of a sudden in he comes. Oh, Van Bremen down the bottom on the smooth part of the track, held him up just a touch there. Furr's got a good run going here. Shots had a bit of a look at him. Remember too that Furr has happy memories of this place. He won his first World Series Sprint Cars main event here on January 1, 2 years ago.
Yeah, and something like that, it breeds a lot of confidence in a driver. And you come here and you think, hey, I've won here before, I can do the job.
Well, Brazier started to try and come forward here as well, along with Murcott. It's Dumsney, Brazier, Murcott at this point. They're the lone soldiers taking on this American army.
To think about as they approach lap traffic.
Here we come. Donnie Shots closing in on Brad Furr. There's not much left in this one. Could be only a matter of meters as they come off turn 4. Shots had a good look at him. Well, Saldana right behind now as they come out of turn number 2. Was that Donnie Shots' last chance to have a crack at him? 2 corners to go. Furr right behind the lap car, but hangs on to do the job. Shots just in second. Well, they all bunched up. Back in third, Saldana. Back to Pittman, Dumpy. The preliminary main event, the standard Grand Annual Sprint Car Classic. Safe to say, first flight.
Boys and heels up there, cowboying it around the outside. Brad Furr ran a perfect race drive around the bottom of the racetrack. Look at this car, slides into the cushion, checked out.
Great drive from the Californian, Bronny Ingerson.
How's the car feeling? You happy with the setup?
Yeah. Well, we kind of struggled early on in the night with it and that, but I was real happy with the adjustments we made on a couple of reds, and seemed to be what we needed to do.
There's been several Americans have taken out the Classic in the past few years. I guess you're looking to add your name to that list?
Yeah, I'd definitely like to win it, for sure.
Coming from America, what reputation does the Classic hold back home?
Well, it's a race that a lot of Americans have come down and ran for a long time, so it's definitely a nice feather to have in your cap.
Well, Brad Furr doesn't smile a great deal, but you know he is happy to be leading the points with 183 over Donnie Shots.
Strange things do happen. We're going to go in the pits now with Bronny Ingerson, who's with last night's feature race winner, Brad Furr.
Of course, a totally different racetrack tonight when we do race due to the weather. What changes do you make to the car for the wet track?
Well, we've already been working a bit on tires. We're going to stagger up a bit, and I'm sure we'll put some bar split in it and that, and then away she goes.
Dumsney and Furr will share the front row. Tatnall and Saldana, Shots and Pittman, fairest of margins. Brad Furr has a lot to prove here, the Sanmina number 2. Joey Saldana has not missed a main event win since he's been here, apart from the preliminary last night. We are green at the Classic. Green on the top wing of Furr, and green at the Classic as Furr gets the lead. Round the top side comes Saldana. Well, Furr digs in, looking for. You're going to bet if he's got anything in the tank, he'll be showing it. Tumby comes back on Saldana now. The number 1 car closing in on Joey. They head down the back straight. Saldana keeping the car very straight indeed there as well. Oh, Brad Furr! Huge crash in turn 2. The Sanmina number 2 car, and look how windy it must be down there. Change as they can. Let's have a look here. 1 bounce, 2 bounces, and then bam! Digs in and away it goes. Just look at the steam pouring off that car. And Brad Furr, a spectacular end.
Lippincott in the front row. 7S Jason Sides, 11 Steve Kinzer in row 2. The 1 of Sammy Swindell and the deuce of Brad Furr in row 3.
Here we go. 22 World of Outlaws championships represented in this heat race. And it's Delansky out front. Here comes Sides into second. Trouble on the back straightaway. That's Sammy Swindell in the number 1.
Sammy and Doug Lippincott got together. Steve Kinzer got a piece of that action, but Sammy still under control. As a matter of fact, gets back by Brian Coelho. And back into a transfer spot with a pass on Mark Kinzer, or maybe not, out of turn number 2.
Good size lead for Delansky. Second spot, it's still sides. Great battle going on from third on back. And Furr with the new engine slides into the third
Shots,
spot.
Mark Kinzer, Jonathan Aller, Jeremy Campbell, and Brian Coelho racing at the pass.
And Swindell gets a jump at the start. Lasowski in the second spot. Furr running third. Fourth, it's Pollard. Checker comes out. Second ever win. Paris Auto Speedway. O'Reilly World of Outlaws. Danny Lasowski.
I've been kind of sick all week, so a little bit hard to breathe out there. So I'm real happy to be finished second here. Lasowski did a great job. Looks like he's going to be fast this year again.
Furr out of Pleasanton. Car owned by his father, Randy Furr. And green flag waving out on the Santa Mia SCI, Brown and Miller Racing Solutions, Sanders Engineering, Winners Performance. Number 2, Eagle Chassis, Don Ott Racing Engines. And that's quick time, 11.767. Sprint cars, 10 laps, top 4 transfer. Chris Scott and Brian Coelho lead us off in turn number 4. We're set to go sprint car racing. Bad start for Coelho. As something happened there on the start. Up front, though, you've got Chris Scott, your leader. Andy Forsberg to the outside of Brad Furr, but Furr holds him off. And now Furr gets underneath Jason Finley. Up front. And Brad Furr makes his presence known. Furr to the inside, and he'll get by both cars up to the lead. And trouble up front, a double flip involving. And Brad Furr, your new leader, up front. Furr gets by Scott on the restart. And off in turn 4, so far a clean sweep for this driver. Brad Furr, your winner. And now heat race number 1 winner, Brad Furr. Followed by the number 1 CC of Chris Scott, the 10 of Blake Robertson, 98X Andy Forsberg, your top 4. They'll transfer out. Finishing 5th, the 7X of Eddie Lewis. Next will be the 86 of Mark McKay, 77 Jason Finley, 5C Brian Coelho. Pace truck to the inside, field bunches up. Forsberg and Tim Kading lead us down. We're racing, green flag. And it is AF Andy Forsberg in the early lead. Brad Furr closes up on Tim Kading. As your lead car, it's lap 4, and they're already starting to get in lap traffic. Tim Kading almost spins around, and somehow Kading saves it. Get her down a lap. Tim Kading closes up on Forsberg. Here comes Brad Furr. There's contact. And Tim Kading will keep it going, but he loses 2 spots. Brad Furr up to second. And up front, Forsberg in the 98X, your leader, followed by that lap car of Jim Skinner. Then second spot, Brad Furr. Skinner to the bottom. There goes Furr to try to get outside of him. And Brad Furr makes the move. Around the race so far. Forsberg's led all 24. And we're green flag. John Allard bicycles in the turn. That allows Brent Kading to move up to 4th. Forsberg stays on the bottom, and Brian Coelho is doing a nice job playing fullback and blocking for Forsberg. Of course, he's not doing it on purpose, but they can't get by him. Here comes Tim Kading in the party, and he's knocking. He wants to come in, and Kading now gets by Coelho also. So you've got your top 3 cars all in line on lap 26 to go. He's got about a 4-car length lead over former World of Outlaws star Brad Furr. Down the back straightaway for the final time. He goes inside of Chris Scott. White flag waving, 1 to go. And Forsberg in search of his first ever Golden State A main event victory. This year he took over the helms for Flory Filipich in the 98X. And off at turn number 4, leading all 30 laps, you're the man, Andy Forsberg. will win at Chico. Brad Furr to the outside of Blake Robertson. Moved Brad Furr up to 5th. And he's trying to work his way up farther. 7 laps to go. Brad Furr is closing on Craig Stidham for 4th. To go. 2 to go for John Allard. And Chico will become a 2-time Dave Bradley Jr. Memorial winner here in front of his home fans. Doug Lippincott.
Oh, absolutely, and I made so many mistakes once I was out front. Just kept waiting for somebody to get past. Those guys did a great job. These guys are really good. I'll have to come out here and race these guys more often.
Okay, does that mean any more Civil War appearances next season, or Placerville appearances?
Yeah, now I got 360. I might have, definitely have to come out. I like Placerville, so it'll be fun.
Okay, congratulations on your win. Anything else you want to add?
Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it.
Okay, Brad Furr, your winner, regular of the Golden State Challenge Series. We'll move over here. The driver finished second place.
Off insert 4, night number 2. Someone's going to be a hero at Silver Dollar Speedway. And look at this, Mike Monahan, but now Power Feet fights him back. And David Robinson Jr. takes the early lead. for David Robinson Jr. And we're racing. Look at Brad Furr up and running the Fonz. Brad Furr up to 4th. And he looks underneath the 18 car, sold. And Brad Furr is coming. Look out at George and Wheezy from the Jeffersons, because Brad Furr is moving on up. A good battle up front. David Robinson Jr. and Brad Furr, your top 2 cars. And we're set to go. David Robinson Jr., the blaster. And we're racing. Look at the front nose wing on Brad Furr's race car. Brad Furr's front nose wing is completely off that car. It's just dangling on the left. The part of it is just the wing panel dangling on the left tire, as it is all gone. Look at the battle, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and this time by is going to come by lap 26 in the books, 26 down, 4 to go. Colby Weiss almost cut off the front end of David Robinson Jr. Here comes Brad Furr, race fans. There's a car length separating your top 2 drivers off in turn 4. 27 laps down, 3 to go. Power speed trying to get by Colby Weiss. He's on the bottom. Look at Brad Furr. And Brad Furr on the high scary side. Brad Furr makes the pass on lap number 28. Your new leader, Brad Furr, as he gets by David Robinson Jr. in turn 3 and 4. White flag waving, 1 lap to go. Brad Furr gets held up. David Robinson's got 1 last charge. He dives to the bottom. Holy mackerel! David Robinson Jr. to the bottom, and he does it! He beats Brad Furr to the checkered flag, and the most exciting sprint car finish we've had all season long is displayed here on Friday night of the Pacific Sprint Fall Nationals. And holy cow, race fans, that was the best race we've had here all year long. David Robinson Jr., he earned that one. And what a finish with Brad Furr.
Yeah, this is a big one. Hey, I mean, I knew Furr was behind me. He's one heck of a race car driver. I mean, probably one of my favorite. And I'm just glad to race with him
tomorrow night. And Brad Furr finishing 2nd place. Brad, you pulled off a win at Placerville last week, made an exciting one here tonight. You'll also be up there in the points tomorrow night. Another 360 deal.
Yeah, I really wanted to win it tonight, but I didn't want to crash either. You know, you need the points. The big money's tomorrow night. This David Robinson Jr. or whatever, he's a real good racer, and some guys give up, and he didn't, and unfortunately he got me.
Okay, congratulations on a 2nd place finish as well. And
are you guys excited? I'm excited. In turn 4, we're going racing. And just like that, up front, David Robinson Jr. How about Jimmy Truly working his way up to 2nd? And on the first lap, it is the friends and family race. A hero tonight with 39 laps to go, off in turn number 4. And we are racing. Look at Tim Kading slice his way in the middle of Truly and Robinson. He keeps 2nd. Truly fights him back though. And Jimmy Truly on the bottom of the track looking pretty good. Tim now stays at the top. And Tim Kading assumes 2nd place. TK follows just a bit. Jimmy Truly back in the 2nd spot. TK falls to 3rd, but he runs that cushion and trying to gain momentum. Behind them, Brad Furr. And you've got trouble in turn number 3. On Becker, Roger Crockett trying to get Racy back there for 5th spot. Here comes Brad Furr. Brad Furr will make his presence known. He gets back by Sean Becker. And Furr is back to 5th. He jumped the cush just a bit, but he holds on to that 5th spot. Becker and Brent Kading, Dyson in the back. battle up front now. Jimmy Truly being battled against Brad Furr, and Brad Furr will get the advantage to move Brad Furr to second on lap 15. It'll now turn into the TKBF show. Tim Cady, Brad Furr up front, lap 16. Jimmy Truly in third. David Robinson, you got trouble in the front straightaway. Tim Cady will bring us down. These two right now in a different zip code. Third, Roger Crockett. DeCara's power feed. Sean Becker, your top six. You've got Mike Henry battling with Brent Kading. Tim Kading underneath Kevin Lovell. Here comes Brad Furr. He looks to the bottom. And Tim will hold him off. Furr makes a run on the bottom. Possible lead change upcoming. Tim hit the cushion. And Brad Furr will motor by. Brad Furr, your leader on lap 23. Tim Cady trying to reel in your leader, Brad Furr. Brad Furr to the outside of Mark Hall. Here comes TK in line. Furr leads on lap number 28. 28 down, 12 to go. And Furr now stretching his lead over Tim Cady. Cady struggling just a bit in the slower traffic. 11 laps to go. Brad Furr sets the pace, we're racing. Quickly, Mark Hall tries to get to the bottom. Two of the best talented sprint car drivers in the world going head to head now on lap 32. It's all a science. Brad Furr now in cruise control. He doesn't realize he's got the size of advantage he does over second place Roger Crockett. It's almost a half a track, basically. First splits Destiny Hayes and Kevin Lovell. He's going to come out right ahead of Brad Furr. Furr now sees Kading's probably going, what in the hell is going on? He restarted behind me, and now here I am putting a lap on him. Lap 38 completed. 2 laps to go, race fans. Can Brad Furr hold on? Right now he has a sizable advantage over the rest of the field. White flag going to be displayed. Scotty Clark, you the man. If he can do it one more time, he predicted Brad Furr would win tonight. And now Brad Furr a half a lap away. Steven Tyner closes on Brad Furr. He misses him. He's got ample time. He is your 12th annual Pacific Sprint champion. It's Brad Furr at the checkered flag.
Race fans, let's hear it for the guy that got it stolen last night on the last turn of the last lap, and you came back and paid your dues. Brad Furr out of Pleasanton. You're the Pacific Sprint Fall Nationals champion. And it looks like you got out there early in this one and made sure that didn't happen, what happened here last night.
Well, yeah, that guys just did a really good job, and they did all the work, and the thing was real easy to drive, and I managed to not get past, so we made it.
Tell us a little bit, last Saturday night when you won the Civil War event in Placerville Speedway, you mentioned you might do some more 360 races next year. This probably backs that up a little bit. You got 2 in a row.
Oh, yeah, it's always fun to come out and race them, and I think this 360 deal is almost, as easily as competitive as the 410 stuff out here. These guys, hats off to everybody. I had a lot of fun this weekend.
Okay, congratulations. It's your feature winner here tonight, Brad Furr. And we're going to talk to the guy who got second place here tonight. He put on a show, driving his way thick in the field. You guys have seen him down here before. Roger Crockett, you had a good, strong run here tonight in the Silva owned 57. A few more laps, maybe some yellow flag. Greg, you drove your way up to third place.
"20 laps in the Baves Lightning Mufflers B main event. Only the top 4 will transfer on to the A. Sparky Howard and Brad Sweet on the front row, green flag. Sparky Howard, Brad Sweet, Steve Kent, and Bud Kading, your top 4. Randy Hannigan 5th, Brad Furr 6th. Howard, Brad Sweet, Steve Kent, Bud Kading. 4 laps complete, 16 laps to go. Randy Hannigan tries the bottom in 1 and 2. He'll do a wheelie off turn 2. Here comes Brad Furr.
Furr to the inside of the Hannigan. As he'll move into 5th spot, Stevie Howard, Steve Kent, Brad Sweet, Bud Katie, the top 4 as of yet, but don't count out the 2 of Brad Furr. Green flag flies. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Luke Bavaria on the move. The battle for 4th, Brad Furr to the inside of Bud Katie. He'll take over the 4th and final transfer. Now he'll take to the inside of Brad Sweet. Brad Furr, the man on the move right now, as he'll take over 3rd. Brad Furr had a lot of momentum there, Robbie, really getting around there in the San Mina car number 2. Trouble at the rear of the field. Lawrence Hedlund does a 360, but he keeps it going. Furr still feeling some pressure from Brad Sweet. Lap number 15, 14 laps down. Howard's Brad Furr. Brad Furr making a move now. He'll try to the inside of Steve Kent, 3 and 4. Kent to the outside of the race for the lead. This is the reason you love the Trophy Cup right here. We are on lap number 15 of a 20-lap semi, and the battle for the lead is between 3 cars. Sparky Howard and Steve Kent side by side down the back chute into turn number 3, and anybody's race for the final transfer. Steve Kent will lead lap number 18 as he'll get by the 6 as we're 3 wide down in turn 1. Hannigan to the inside of Sweet. Bud Katie, no race off turn 2. And that is the fight for the final transfer spot. Steve Kent now takes the lead from Sparky Howard. Howard tries to race back. Brad Furr's right there. And rookie Brad Sweet trying to hold off World of Outlaw and USAC veterans. 17 laps down, 3 laps to go. Now Brad Furr will get by Sparky Howard. Furr will move into 2nd. Look at Bud Katie go 3 wide off turn number 4. Katie with a nice move as he'll move into 4th. A sick move by Brandon Kading in car number 29 puts him into a transfer spot. Brad Sweet racing right back with him. A lap and a half to go, Rob. Steve Kent up top. Here comes Speedway on the bottom. Mike Flag out. 1 lap to go. Into turn number 1. Furr has to dive up to the top of the racetrack. Here comes Steve Kent. He crosses over low. Battle for the final transfer spot. Brad Sweet with a leg up on Bud Katie. They turn for home off of turn number 4. The B-main win. It's too close to call. Sparky Howard. Oh, it took us a while to get there, but that's one of the most entertaining B-mains I've ever seen. Main event, the winner in car number 7 in Steve Kent. Finishing 2nd in car number 2, Brad Furr. Peter Murphy on the pole alongside Craig Stidham. Race fans will go green this time by off turn number 4. Let's do it. We are green, and green is good. It is Craig Stidham who gets the jump. Brad Furr is now 5th. That's Ronnie Day running 6th. Racing as we work lap 21. Brad Furr gets by Brad Sweet on the back straightaway. Furr into 4th, Sweet relegated to 5th. On the Elite Landscaping car number 1, green flag will fly. Here we go. Once again, it's Peter Murphy jumping out in front. Brad Furr's going to steal away 3rd from Randy Hannigan. Brad Sweet. And he leads our Trophy Cup feature event right now with 14 laps to go. Murphy runs through the black off turn 2, pulls away from Craig Stidham. Brad Furr still 3rd. Peter Murphy wins it in the 1M. Craig Stidham finishes 2nd. Brad Furr 3rd. Brad Furr came home in the 3rd spot. Former World of Outlaw driver, spending some time in California this year. Brad, talk about the race, man. It was a good one.
Yeah, it was. The track kind of got pretty fast there in the middle of it, and my wing slider was broke, and the wing kept kind of going back on the straightaways, and would go back forward, and I hit the turns, just kind of inconsistent. So the last 20, I was just trying to not lose my spot, and these guys did a good job, and it was a good race.
Do all the yellows play on a driver's mind? I mean, you get a lot of yellow flags. I mean, I know guys going all over trying to cool that right rear off. Does it play with your mind? I mean, you're not really knowing how much rubber's left on that right rear?
Well, the yellows more bother me for fuel, because it's pretty easy to go lightweight. You burn up all your fuel, you might go light. So that concerned me a little more than the tires. But the tires weigh something too, so we'll see how we go.
Well, congratulations. A good run for Brad Furr, race fans.
30 laps the distance. Statler jumps out in the early lead. Brad Furr in second. Hey, we're going back to green. Statler is your leader. I think we got 3 laps in the book. Runs out in front. He's into lap traffic coming up on the 11S of Robert Stice. As Furr yanks the front wheels off the ground, that momentum coming off of turn 4. Your running order is currently Statler, Brad Furr, Blake Robertson, Dennis Moore Jr. Okay, back to green, 12 laps complete. Statler leads him to the green flag. That 10X of Dennis Harvey is the lap car, so Brad Furr is your second place runner. 27 laps down. And Tim Katie continuing to chase down Dennis Moore Jr. Forsberg. And Andy Forsberg into the second spot. Checkered flag comes out. I move over here to the guy he almost stole second place from. And Brad Furr, he won the last race of the season here last season, at Fall Nationals. And he's rumored to possibly making some 360 appearances. And another good run here for you. You finished with a win here last year and get a second place tonight. And it's a good, strong run for Brad Furr again.
Yeah, thanks. I don't know. I guess I was a little bit rusty. Jason was just playing faster than me, and I just kind of tried to make my car wide and finish this one out. But we're definitely come out and race the 360 a little bit. It'll be fun.
Okay, well, it's great to have you here at Placerville Speedway. In-N-Out Burger, $25 gift certificate, top 3 tonight, right up the street. And we congratulate you on a top 3 finish here tonight. And we'll move over. Family Chevrolet will be a proud sponsor of the 2004 championship season here at Placerville Speedway, and that all starts next Saturday night. Pacific Sprint Cars, Pro Stocks, Pure Stocks, all on hand with the visiting Sprint 100s. You can get all your results at johnpatchenmotorsports.com, the official website for Placerville Speedway, Silver Dollar Speedway in Chico.
Someone's going to be a hero tonight at Chico. We're racing. Start. Kyle Hurst started 8th. He's up to 6th. Brad Furr on the move too. We're racing. Hold him off. Sean to the outside. Unbelievable drive by Sean Becker. Brad Furr also coming, but we restart the race. 15 down, 25 to go. The Shark up front. Your current Golden State points leader will win the Dave Broadway Junior Memorial Race as Brett Cade second, Brad Furr third, and Robert.
Hey, Brad, congratulations. They tell me you got third.
Yeah, I guess so.
So how's it been for you? How was it out there, and how was the night overall?
Oh, it's a good night. I enjoy coming up to Chico. Like I said, I like come up just for the Bradway deal, kind of for his memory and that. And the track was real nice in the beginning of the race. You could kind of go anywhere. Towards the end, it got a little bit of a train, but I guess that's the way it goes.
Did you see that deal where Jason got sideways and kind of moved you up a lot in the field?
No, I didn't actually see it happen, but, it didn't make me frown too much, though. But
well, Brad Furr, what's the plan for the rest of the year for Brad Furr?
Just kind of pick and choose and run whenever.
Well, he always runs well, ladies and gentlemen. Who does your hair?
A little place up the street from my work. I don't even know what it's called.
They do a good job, Brad. I like the colors.
Oh, thanks. Maybe one day I can shoot for something like you got.
You will. Thanks, Brad. Congratulations.
He's opened a new business and also bought himself a new house in Santa Clara, California. The Brad Furr Racing Big O Tires car number 2 from Santa Clara. It's flying Brad Furr. Former World of Outlaws ace Brad Furr back with us tonight. Again, only his 4th race of the year. And Brad Furr has quick time, 17:1:62. 17:1:62. So Furr takes it right away from Tim.
Down here, our fast qualifier, Brad Furr, went to inspect all the little chits in there to make sure we had all the right numbers. What do we got in there, Brad?
I think it's a 4, 6, 8, 12, 10.
Yeah, no 12. So you obviously won a 4?
4.
Of course. Well, tell us a bit about your night before you draw. How's the number 2 running, the Big O Tire machine?
It's running good. Guys done a good job. Motor's running really great. We got a early number and went out early qualifying, so we had a good qualifying time. But it's going to be a tough track to make a lot of moves on, so you're going to have to be ready to go when they come up.
We talked before we came up here that it's a real challenge tonight. We're going to find any moisture upstairs. Are you guys going to be able to go upstairs, or is it going to be pretty much around the bottom and try to pass in the straightaways? Where do you think we're going to see the most action?
I'd say that you're going to see a lot of cars running around the bottom tonight. I kind of walked around the top of the track, and it's pretty silty up there. I don't know that you're going to get a lot of drive.
All right, let's see what we've got here. Jake Floor's got the infamous bag with the chits in it. Reaches in, and we'll let Brad tell you what he pulls out here in just a minute. He's digging. Did you feel all those before you went in?
No, I didn't. Picked wrong.
I guess you did. It was a 1 and a 0. We pulled a 10.
They have all done it 8 times. Can Sparky Howard and Mike Benson add their name to the list? We go green. Sparky Howard jumps into the lead in car number 6. 18 down, 7 to go for your leader. 18 down, 7 to go. Brad Furr with a big move to the outside of Kevin Pilot, and Brad Furr moving forward in the Big O Tires number 2. Furr now getting around Mike Benson, and Brad Furr has moved into the top 4. Brad Furr, the man on the move in the Big O Tires number 2. Brad Furr is charging hard after Sparky Howard. There will be a battle for 3rd here before this one's over. Down the back straightaway, if Tim can just hang on for another half a lap, he'll bring it home into turn number 3 and off of turn number 4 for the 2nd year in a row. The tribute to Walter T. Ross goes to Tim Kading of San Jose. Finishing 2nd, Jason Statler in the 00. 3rd spot's going to go to Brad Furr. 4th for
Mr. Furr. By the way, folks, the Blake Robertson car had motor problems. That's why they went out early. Give you an update there as I come over and grab Brad. Brad, a great run from 10th spot, finishing 3rd. Made it work.
Yeah, guys did a good job. This car, pretty easy to drive. Congratulations to Tim and crew. Those guys were really fast. I was trying to keep my eye on them while I was racing there and trying to steal some of his secrets, but it just didn't work for me. So we'll try again tomorrow.
Well, what kind of a learning experience tonight? Do we take what we've learned here tonight and make some changes for tomorrow?
You never know what this place is going to look like, but yeah, we'll definitely every night that I come out, we keep learning something, so we'll keep doing it.
All right, Brad Furr, ladies and gentlemen, your 3rd place finisher.
Number 83 JR, Tim Kading. Finishing 2nd in the 00, Jason Statler. Finishing 3rd in car number 2, Brad Furr. Finishing 4th.
Brad Furr starting to stretch his lead out over BK on lap number 6. 6 down, 4 to go. And off of turn 4, your winner, the 2 of Brad Furr, and Chico, and we're racing. The top 2. Here comes Brad Furr to the top of the track. moves Brad Furr up to 5th in the number 2. Furr staying on the top of the track, trying to make something happen. Making some moves, and he gets underneath Blake Robertson. Look at Andy Forsberg out of nowhere. Mr. Excitement trying to move up. Willie Croft falls back. Brad Furr with a move to the outside of Kevin Pilot. Battle for 3rd. Brad Furr on the moves. And we'll see. Brad Furr has been the driver on the move. Second. It's probably going to be a race between Kading and Furr. Off in turn 4, we're racing. Brad Furr quickly around Statler. And Furr trying to reel in Tim. 2 laps to go. Furr misses the cushion just a bit. And it'll be a 1-lap shootout. White flag coming out. 1 lap to go. Kading to the top of the track. He leaves it open for Brad Furr. Down the back straightaway. Furr and Kading both to the outside. Out of turn 4. His 8th main event victory of the year. Tim Kading will hold off Brad Furr. An exciting finish.
And how about this guy here putting on a show on that last lap, as you've done it here before, those last lap moves, and you gave it all there in that last corner. Brad Furr, and a good second place run tonight.
Well, thanks a lot. Tim was fast tonight and just come up short.
Okay, good to see you back here. Limited runs, but you've had top finishes in all of them, and tomorrow night maybe you'll be in that spot, right?
Well, that's the plan. So I feel pretty confident we'll have a good shot at it.
Okay, congratulations, Brad, for second place. And the Big O Tires, number 2. And like we said, limited appearances for Brad and Kevin.
Someone's going to be a hero. The Golden State finale off turn 4. And we're racing. Colby Weiss with the advantage. Look at Brad Furr move his way up to 4th already. And here comes Brad Furr. Brad Furr trying to get around Kevin Pilot, and he will do so. Now Brad Furr up to 3rd, the driver on the move. Furr and Lippincott with a problem, your 3rd place. Brad Furr working all over Colby Weiss, and now Brad Furr into 2nd. Furr closing on Forsberg, 11 laps down. And Furr is there, knocking at Forsberg's door. Here comes Furr to the top, a little bit squirrely. 12 laps down. Forsberg stays on the bottom, unlike him. Furr goes to the top. We've got a drag race for the lead. Down the back straightaway, into turn 3 and 4. Furr on the top, and Furr is going to drive by Andy. Takes the lead on lap 13. Forsberg stays on the bottom. Furr's got Matt Shelton directly ahead of him. Tim Kading trying to work his way back up. Blake Robertson dealing with Willie Croft. Here's Tim Kading. We're halfway home, 15 down, 15 to go. But right now, the man of the hour is Brad Furr. Brad Furr leads us down. And we are racing. Laps running out, Brad Furr. You're a leader with 2 laps to go. Furr down the back straightaway, white flag. 1 lap to go in the Golden State season. Tim Kading still working all over his dad on the white flag lap. 1 lap to go. will be Brad Furr the winner. Andy Forsberg and a wheelie at the finish. Brent Kading, Tim Kading. Come on, Brad. Well, I talked to you earlier today in the pit area. If you remember, I said it's always a pleasure when you come up to Silver Dollar Speedway, and I meant that. And you drove your ass off tonight. Congratulations. Talk about the win here tonight.
My guys did a great job. Got the car pretty loose. We're able to pretty much go where we want. Kind of a little bit rusty. I was getting a little tired. It's pretty wet. So in the end, I was just trying to kind of make sure I didn't get past.
You made a great move on Forsberg on lap number 13. You know, you guys battle. You haven't really raced that much this year, but it sure doesn't look like you've lost a lot with the less racing you've done.
Yeah, for some reason I keep getting lucky, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes you race so much you just race yourself into the ground, too, and then you're not running as good. So you just never know.
And what does the future hold for you? You going to go back to Knoxville? What are you doing? I know you got your Big O tire business you probably want to talk about.
Yeah, I won't be going back to Knoxville this year, but we'll definitely be here for the Gold Cup and Fall Nationals and all that.
All right, well, congratulations, Brad. And race fans, Brad Furr in Victory Lane. Incredible.
I don't know, maybe I should have made a Big O tire order, like maybe 100 tires in San Jose, so he couldn't come down and race this weekend. It might have helped me out a little bit, but, you know, I saw him duck underneath me, and so I thought, well, it's time to go to the bottom. And then he drove around me, so he was just flat out fast. You know, we'll take second. You know, Brad's a heck of a driver, and, you know, you got someone who runs with the Outlaws, you run second to him, you can't really complain about that. But, yeah, heck.
Mike Benson with the early lead. Brad Furr on the top, coming out of 2, takes the lead. Brad Furr on the top out of 2, takes the early lead. Mike Benson, still half a straightaway lead for Brad Furr. Kevin Scherer spins in turn number 1 and 2, keeps it going. Green flag stays out. As Brad Furr has a 1-car cushion now in lap traffic, Brad Furr gets under Andy Gregg and Willie Croft. Back to the top. The green flag is out. A home track car do very well. And tonight, out of nowhere, Blake Robertson through turn 4 will win the Friday night Fall Nationals at Chico. Brad Furr second.
He passes this guy to do it, and this guy got passed on the last lap of this race last year. Brad Furr out of Pleasanton, and somebody got you here late in the race again, but you got a good starting spot tomorrow night. The track conditions probably just took their toll on you as well.
Yeah, we were pretty good. It's just you know, when you're leading, it's tough to know really what the fast part of the track is. So sometimes when you're behind a little bit, you can go to where the other guy's not, you know. But he did a great job. He was faster than us in the end, and those are the laps you want to lead, the last one. So good job to him and his crew, and my crew did a good job too. So I thank him. Thank you.
And last season you finished second, came back and won Saturday night. So hey, you get a good starting spot. It might mean something finishing second tonight.
Yeah, it could be. You know, tomorrow night's the big money night, I guess. So we'll definitely give it all we got.
Okay, Brad Furr, your second place finisher here tonight.
360 drivers in the nation with us here tonight at a turn 4.
Here we go!
Here we go, and we're racing.
Yep, Robertson got the shine.
Blake, well, restart, 13 laps to go. We've been stuck here for a while. We'll see if we get a couple laps of green flag racing, and we're off. Oh, Jason Statler with a wheel problem. And the front wheel falls off Statler's car. More drama. And unbelievable. Brad Furr kept the car going, though. And we're racing. Brent hit that rut. The car bobbles, and Brad Furr unable to get by. And our flagman, Ron Johnson, reports a lot of ball tires out here, race fans. So the right rear got 4 laps to go. It's still anybody's race. And here we go, battle for the lead. Brent Kading looking to the top. Brad Furr's right there, 3 laps to go. Out of turn 4, your Fall Nationals champion, Blake Robertson, will beat Brent Kading, Brad Furr.
And we see this guy down here one more time tonight, Brad Furr, and a good top 3 run here for you tonight. Obviously, tires the concern, and you're right there in the mix of things, but you were smoking less than the other guys with that right rear.
Just kind of strategy, really. I really didn't have anything for Blake or Brent, and so I just kind of hung back and hoped they'd blow their tires up or possibly make it in, move in the end. So I took it kind of easy. Tried to run with them on the last restart, but I just didn't have anything for them. Hats off to Blake and crew. The guys did a great job this weekend, and they gave us a spanking. We'll have to come back Hanford next week and give them a shot.
Down track side, down to Tony. Take it away, Tony.
It was on the top pretty good at both ends, but 1 and 2 we had a good run all night long, and it was kind of fun racing Brad there side by side the first 10 laps right around the bottom, and he was upstairs. He's a good, clean racer, and I don't know, there was a few crazy situations out there. He got his front wing knocked off. That certainly didn't help him. We had ours smashed up pretty good, but Brad did an awesome job, and just fortunate to be here in Victory Lane. I want to thank everybody for coming out. Watching the Batsmobile, Joey gave me some tips on how to roll around here. That's why we're running so good down through 1 and 2. So it was a lot of fun tonight. I feel bad for passing Brad. Believe me, he's a fun guy to race and a great competitor. And it's been a long time, though. We haven't been up here all year long, so we're going to celebrate this one.
That's right. Brad Furr, tell you what, great second place win. You sure had him for quite a while there, though.
Yeah, I really wanted to do it. It's been a long time since we've been in the winner's circle. I got a little bit tight over there. He just had he just drove through there perfect, and just a good move. He had a few chances at it, and he finally got me.
Well, I know it just took one, but I know you'll be back.
Oh, for sure. I like coming here, and we'll be back the next race.
All right, congratulations for that second place win. We'll see you next time out. Brad.
And he loses the position. Oh boy, we got one in the air again. Oh, they're never going to get this one done. Oh, let's get that guy's parking lot number. That was number 2. Okay, number 2, you in the roster? Oh, that was Brad Furr. There was 2F. He gets out to show him that.
Them down off at turns 3 and 4. Again, Cowboy on the high side. Ferris down on the inside. Ferris moves up the track. Cowboy gets it around. Back to the 33 of Suggs. The 4 of Ferris between him and Cowboy. Hammers come down. Green's out. Furr around this. Then back to Allard, and then back to the 7 of Bishop, and here comes Day. Day moves around, takes over that 5th position. Day now, down. Kading, back around, we got 3 to go. Suggs brings it off, picking up the checkered. Kading, second goes to Furr, third.
Brad Furr, congratulations. You did a heck of a job. That little Danny Sullivan spin and win was something else, and you were able to bring that thing back around and finish in that second spot. Tell us a little bit about that one.
Yeah, the car just felt so good. I thought I could pretty much do anything I wanted, I guess, and I got her a little bit sideways. It was going to spin out, so I just kind of spun her around as fast as I could and tried to get it going. Lost a bit of track position, but BK got through lap traffic pretty good tonight, so I don't know if we'd have been able to run with him anyway.
Well, your car was working pretty darn good. You had good qualifying times, and everything working pretty good for you tonight, so you should be pretty well set for the Johnny Key, I would think.
Yeah, absolutely. Kenny and my dad and Dave, they've done a great job this year, and we're all kind of new working together, so it's definitely coming together. My hat's off to those guys. I'm doing the easy part here.
Well, I want to say thanks for you coming out and bringing sprint car racing out here and keeping us, enjoying us, giving us some real entertainment. So thanks, Brad.
Thank you.
Strong, round number 12, Civil War Series at Ocean Speedway. And it's Tyler Walker into turn number 1, leads him off at 2. Walker puts the hammer down. We are green once again, 11 down, 19 to go.
D of Larson. Larson bringing out the yellow flag on that restart. Matt Sargent, Kurt Nelson, Brad Furr for that third spot as Sargent tries to hang on to third. Here comes Brad Furr. Furr goes to the inside. Nelson also on the inside, but Sargent saves it. Nelson on the inside. Nelson gives Sargent a bump, pushes him out of the way. Sargent falls back. Brad Furr moves in front of Kurt Nelson. Battling with him. Here he is, Tyler Walker winning this one. Tommy Tarleton, Brad Furr.
Brad, I don't know if I want to get too close to you, man. How you feeling, man? You come in here with the flu. You feel a little better with at least a podium finish?
Oh, absolutely. Guys give me a great car tonight. Just thank Kenny, my dad, and David, and all the guys that helped us out. Couldn't have done it without them.
Now, is it possible we see you back here for the Outlaws? Maybe got to get a 410 in the future?
Maybe someday, but we probably won't be out here next month.
I hate to see that, but again, you had to come from a long way back there and got a podium out of it.
Yeah, I'm real pleased. I would have never dreamed starting back there we would get up here, so I'm pretty happy.
Make you feel a little better, huh? Go home and get a good night's sleep?
Absolutely.
With the flu, ladies and gentlemen, Brad Furr finishing third tonight on the podium. Tony, back to you.
Carson Macedo and Ryan Rusconi, Brad Furr and Tommy Tarleton, Jeremy Chisholm and Shane Golovic. Out of turn number 4, here we go, green flag. And problems right away for the 99 car of Wayne Caton. Brad Furr and Tommy Tarleton will lead them back to green. Here we go. Furr, Tarleton, Macedo, here we go. It is Furr, Tommy Tarleton, Carson Macedo, Shane Golovic, the 8 car of Chisholm. Golovic trying to go up on the top side. Furr, Tarleton, the 92 of Forsberg, 21X Macedo, the 9 car of Golovic. 4. And that's unorthodox, but we are green. Not sure where Nick Ringo was going, but it all works out as they make their way down the back straightaway. And Tarleton sets his sights on Brad Furr. 10 laps to go. It's Brad Furr, Tommy Tarleton, and a guy like Tommy Tarleton. The lights are off. Green flag comes out, and that was a highway robbery for the 2 car of Brad Furr. He read that perfectly. And we go back to green. This is good sprint car racing for the lead. 5 laps to go. Brad Furr on the bottom. Tarleton jumps the cushion. That allows Furr to fall. This time by 3 laps to go. 3 to go. Whoa, the 23 car of Thomas Spray spins right in front of your leaders, and we go yellow. Furr versus Tarleton. Here we go. Tommy Tarleton with a big run on the outside. Furr shuts the door. Tarleton drives it one more time out of turn number 4. And it will be Brad Furr to lead line number 28. 2 to go. Furr looking for his first win of 2012. Tarleton looking for win number 7. Mono A, mono white flag. It's still Brad Furr. Brad Furr hanging on ahead of the Terminator in the race of the year. Terminator with a big run. Furr up alongside him out of turn number 4. It's gonna be Brad Furr. Nice job, Brad. Brad Furr wins. Nice job. Brad Furr wins ahead of Tommy Tarleton, Andy Forsberg, Shane Golovic, and Carson Macedo. He's climbing out of the race car, and he can hear you. Brad Furr, your winner tonight. I have to admit, Brad, we were kind of pulling for you up there because that was some exciting racing, and Tommy's won a lot of races this year, but it's about time you got to victory lane. Tell me what it feels like to be in this moment right now.
It feels really good, man. I really thought I was going to give it away there a couple times. You know, I could see the cameras going off, so I knew there were people next to me and just hear them and everything else. So, you know, I've been wanting to win a race and dedicated to my mother, died a long time ago. So I'm really happy to do it, finally.
Well, and you know, he was getting those big runs out of turn 2, and you started kind of moving up the racetrack, sort of shutting the door on him. And what was going through your mind during all that?
I just really wanted to hang on. I've let 1 or 2 go this year, and my guys just worked so hard. They really deserve a win.
And do you have any sponsors you want to thank?
Yeah, I just really want to thank my dad for all the support over the years, and that's really the main guy.
Great job tonight, Brad Furr, your winner in the Ocean Sprint Cars. Let's go over here and talk to Tommy Tarleton. He gave it his all and then some. A great drive on the cushion tonight. Tommy Tarleton, second place. Tommy, it was tough up there, but you stuck to your guns. He came out with the win, but you put on a heck of a drive tonight. Great job.
You know, me and Brad have been racing so long, I can't even remember, you know, how long it's been. It's, you know, at least 15, 20 years, and I love racing with that guy. You know, he's a clean racer. He could have crashed me 3 times there, but he chose to race me clean, and I hope you fans enjoyed that as much as I did, because that was a lot of fun. And, you know, coming up seconds, you know, never what you want, but I'm here to have fun more than anything, and I had a great
Brad Furr, Justin Sanders, bring him to green. 2013. Here we go out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Justin Sanders wins the whole shot into turn number 1. Sanders now with a straightaway advantage with 3 lap cars between himself and second place. Green makes a mistake in turn 3. There goes Brad Furr. Sanders taking his time with the lap traffic. Furr trying to reel him in. Between the 2 red cars, the 7 of Sanders and the 2 of Brad Furr in the mix of heavy lap traffic. Into the pits with 5 laps to go. Brad Furr really making up ground on Justin Sanders with 3 laps to go. Cars is in the midst of the 7 of Sanders. Furr is going to take advantage with 2 to go. This is going to be a close one down to the wire. Furr is really on the gas as they come out of turn 2. Sanders taking his time with the 98 of Rusconi. White flag and Furr is right there. Brad Furr to the top side by side in turn 1. There goes Brad Furr. Down the back straightaway. Sanders comes back at him. Out of turn number 4, it will be Brad Furr, your winner. Brad Furr wins here at Ocean Speedway, Watsonville, ahead of the 7 car of Justin Sanders and the Cowboy, Craig Smith. How about it, Brad Furr? Brad, get out here for the fans, buddy. Brad Furr, ladies and gentlemen, one more time. You know, you've won 2 of the last 3 Ocean Speedway races. How does that feel?
Yeah, it feels real good. The guys had the car good. Kind of set it up for late in the race so we could get up there when nobody could, you know, with stuck the right rear out a long way. I'm real happy, man. My guys just did a great job.
And talk about those last couple laps. I mean, obviously you had to know lap traffic would be a factor in that deal, and you were on the gas hard, but did you really think you were going to catch Justin in that type of deal?
In the middle of the race, no. I started to see him there a little bit, and she said, hey, it's the time to give it a shot, now or never.
And how important is this for you to kick off your season with a win when you're going for a title like this?
Yeah, it's real important. We want to keep the momentum behind us, and like I said, just really want to thank my guys. They did a great job.
How about it, Brad Furr, one more time for you guys.
Yeah, I want to congratulate Brad Furr. He did a great job. I mean, even though I'm pissed off or what happened, I mean, he still did a great job. I mean, he was able to get by me.
Here we go to turn number 4. Green flag flies. We're underway. Into turn number 1 of the whole shot will go to Sanders. Now Nick Foster, Furr to follow, and now here comes Gollman. Top 3 cars under a blanket here on lap number 7. Brad Furr gets all crisscrossed by Nick Foster there. Brad Furr still in the mix in the 3rd spot. Sanders, Golovic, Furr. Put a lap on Tim DiCarlo. Here comes Golovic on the inside. Sanders shuts the door. They bang wheels. Golovic up over the cushion. There goes Furr into spot number 2. Sanders picks the inside of Nick Ringo, and they make contact. Golovic into the back of Sanders, and we stay under green. Ringo's car is disabled, though, and we will go yellow. Looking for the green flag. We're back underway. Brad Furr takes a look on the inside of Rusconi. All sorts of slicing and dicing mid-pack. Side by side for the lead. Chris Martin has a terrible restart, and he will get shoveled back to 5th. Racino 6th, Justin Sanders up to Golovic versus Furr, green flag. Justin Sanders up the inside of Rusconi, can't make it happen just yet. 3 wide in lap traffic as Furr takes a look on the inside of Golovic, side by side down the back straightaway. Drag race into turn number 3. Brad Furr, your new leader on lap 22. Big move by Brad Furr to take the lead. And Sanders cannot get around Rusconi. Furr versus Golovic one more time out of turn 4, green flag. Golovic tries the bottom, Furr shuts the door. Big battle. Could play a factor with 4 laps to go. Trouble in turn 4, right in front of your leader, Brad Furr. The 199 loops it. Lights go down and we're going back to green one more time. Ryan Rusconi, white flag, Brad Furr, one more time. Brad Furr makes his way out of turn number 4, and Brad Furr wins for the 2nd time in 2013. And I'm sure you can see the steam coming off of that right rear tire. How about he's out of the race car, Brad Furr, one more time. I gotta think this has to be one of the most exciting starts to a season you've ever had. You go toe-to-toe with Shane Golovic, who beat you for the title last year, and you kind of get him back and get the win tonight. What a race tonight.
Yeah, again, my guys did a really good job getting me a car I could drive. Yeah, it's tough when you're leading these things. You don't know where, you got to stick with what you think is fast. I could move around and find something, so I'm sure he figured that line out after I got by him. But, yeah, we're real happy. Thanks a lot.
How tough is that with all those numerous restarts, having to figure out different ways to approach it every time?
Yeah, I can mess with your concentration a little bit, but I just try to relax and get it going again on the green.
Your points leader wins again. Brad Furr, your winner at Watsonville. That's about as good of a race car battle, sprint car battle you're going to get. You and Brad Furr back and forth. Tell us about that race.
Yeah, it was a pretty good race. Brad, I love racing with him. He's a really good driver, and we were actually racing quite a bit there for second for a while in traffic and stuff, so that was fun. We had nothing for him. He just flat beat us tonight, so we'll try again next time. But congratulations to those guys. It's awesome for them to get their second win already, rolling pretty good. So I'm proud of them.
Here they go to turn number 4. Green flag is out, run away. The whole shot will go to car 2, Brad Furr. As this time mine will have 8 laps down, 22 to go. It is Brad Furr, Shane Govick, Nicholas Ringo. And there goes Bud Kading. Kading gets around Nelson. Now we'll move Kading to 3rd as Furr jumps the start. And we go green. Whoa, Nick Ringo's bringing 4. Here we go, we're back underway. Great job by Nicholas Ringo as we get back underway. Nick Ringo Jr. 15 laps down, 15 to go. Whoa, Nicholas Ringo jumps the cushion. Here comes the 29 of Bud Kading up the inside. And Bud Kading to second place. Here on lap number 17. 19. That should allow Bud Kading to clamp down. Nicholas Ringo still keeping Bud Kading in his sights as well. Brad Furr puts a lap on the 8 car, says I'm 21 down, 9 to go. Now Furr will work his way around the 50. That is how they cross the stripe at the end of lap number 21. And we are going back to 21. As we look for the restart out of turn number 4, here we go. Makes quick work of the 8 car. He will go after the leader, Brad Furr. This time by will have 3 laps to go. Brad Furr, Bud Kading, who's it going to be? Kading throws it in there on the inside, but Furr fights him off. This is another epic duel between Brad Furr and Bud Kading. 2 laps to go. Who's it going to be? Whoa, Furr bobbled out of turn 2. We'll see if Kading can take advantage. White flag, final time, Brad Furr. Oh my, Bud Kading throws it in there. Furr drives away from him. Down the back straightaway. Incredible sprint car racing at Ocean Speedway. And Brad Furr will win at Ocean's Watsonville. He earns that one. Ahead of Bud Kading and Kurt Nelson will come home third. He's climbing out of the race car. 3 wins in 2013. It's Brad Furr, your winner tonight. That is about as good as it gets. That was a great drive by you fighting off Bud Kading. Here comes Bud to congratulate him. 3 wins in 2013. What a heck of a season you guys are having.
Yeah, guys have just done a great job. My job's the easy part. You know, I could hear Bud. I knew he was there. I could see the camera flashes, and just drove this thing for all I could. And I'm really happy. Guys deserve it.
And you probably weren't very happy to see all those yellow flags, but every restart you were able to pull away from them.
Well, yeah, in a way, they kind of, to get rid of the lap traffic for a little while, give me a little open run room. So sometimes they're a little welcomed.
Great season so far for your points leader, Brad Furr, his 3rd win. Nice job. Very nice. Very, very nice.
Yeah, dang it. I just, I don't know. I could have got into him and wheeled him like a guy did to me last week, but I don't race like that. Brad and Kenny and his old crew chief Mike and Randy, we've been racing together a long time, and we got respect for each other out and on the track, and I know what it takes to get this thing back here next Friday.
Brad Furr and Heath Dunkirk lead the field 22 cars strong. Furr and Dunkirk green flag. Into turns 1 and 2, Brad Furr gets the lead. Leader Brad Furr will be encountering lap traffic. Furr already catching up to the back markers, gets around Furr Fullen. Brad Furr setting a fast pace through lap traffic. Already got 3 lap cars between himself and second running Heath Dunkirk. Shane Govick right there in 3rd.
Also the past 2 champions with the Ocean Sprints, Brad Furr winning it last year, Golubic winning the year before. We'll see where Furr chooses to pick up the pace. He does so right there. Green flag back out, Brad Furr back out front. Shane Golubic falls in line second, Tommy Tarleton third. Green flag out, good restart for Furr. Bud Kading now trying to challenge Tarleton for second. Bud Kading can't make it. Off turn 4, Brad Furr completes lap 25. 25 down, 5 to go. Lights are out, green, white, checkered. Who's it going to be? Brad Furr, Tommy Tarleton up there in the front row. Slow pace set by Furr. He's going to have to jump on it. Green flag is out. Tarleton with a big run on top. Can't make it stick. We'll have a final lap shootout coming up. Brad Furr holds it over Tarleton. Bud Kading and Dunkirk, and white flag out. Tarleton looking to the inside of Furr. Can't make it stick. Off turn 3 and 4 for the final time. Brad Furr will get the win. Tommy Tarleton second, Heath Dunkirk at third. We'll get around front. Race fans, he can hear you. Brad Furr picking up the win tonight here at the Ocean Speedway. And Brad, I'll tell you what, coming off the championship last season, I know you desperately wanted to get back into victory lane. And tonight, you and Tommy Tarleton putting on a pretty good show there for the race fans. Congratulations.
Yeah, he did a great job racing me real clean, and I'm just happy we could hang on to it.
Well, we always love having here at the Ocean Speedway. You know you've accomplished a lot in your career, and you always love coming out here on the Friday Night Taco Bravo series, and I know you guys have a great team behind you.
Yeah, you know, the Watsonville Ocean Speedway guys do a great job, and the weather's always nice down here, smooth program, and I'd like to thank Ray Sheets for what he does out here at the track, and yeah, just thanks to the fans too as well for coming out.
Well, once again, great drive, and I'm sure maybe we'll see you back here with the 410 next week, or maybe 2 weeks with Taco Bravo.
Yeah, we'll be in a couple weeks. I'm going on vacation next week.
Well, you deserve it after tonight. Congratulations, Brad.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, Brad Furr, race fans, tonight's main event winner. Get on over here to second place, Tommy Tarleton.
So Brad was fast. Look, that's all there is to it. That's period. The 2 car was fast tonight. He was quick time. You know, he was and he won the main. You know, he drew a 1. I mean, 1-1-1. That's good. Congratulations.
Tonight at the 4th annual Howard Kading Classic at the Ocean Speedway in Watsonville. 30 laps of green flag racing up. Start with Furr and Giving. On the front row, green flag is out. We are racing. Field charge is still 1 and 2. Brad Furr will get the lead down the back straightaway. Everyone jockeying for position down the back stretch in turns 3 and 4. Cars bouncing around through some of the rough spots. Giving with a nice run off turn 2, close to the middle. Alyssa Giving, Justin Sanders, and the rest. Oh, and Neto gets in before the cone. Neto passed before the cone on Howard. As Brad Furr comes by to complete lap 20. We're a third of the way home at tonight's 30-lapper. 3 and 4. Furr jumps on the loud pedal and leads us back to green. Shane Golubic looking to go upstairs, try and make something happen with Alyssa Giving. Golubic now dips back to the inside as Giving and Allard run the top. White flag out for Brad Furr. Turn 3 for the final time. Night 1 of the HK Classic goes to Brad Furr. John Allard second, Alyssa Giving. Coming out to the number 2 machine. Race fans, he can hear you. Make some noise for Brad Furr, tonight's winner. Night 1 of the Howard Kading Classic. Brad, we talked early in the season, you guys kind of fought through a little bad luck, but you're starting to hit your stride, and you guys pretty much smoked him out there. Nobody was really close to you the whole race. We had some good racing behind you, but you guys are pretty dominant overall.
Well, I had no clue. I kept thinking, there's got to be somebody about to pass me. So the whole time it's kind of nerve-wracking. But I just want to thank my dad. You know, he works hard and provides this race car for us to drive, and we had a lot of fun with it.
We'll talk about winning a race here at the HK Classic, always one of the prestigious races we have all season at Ocean Speedway, really in Northern California. And 37 cars tonight, and you come out on top, so that's going to be a pretty special feeling.
Yeah, definitely. I can't thank my guys enough. They made it happen. Literally, the thing was just really easy to drive around there. Didn't even hardly work up a sweat here.
You know, I was talking to your crew chief a couple days ago. He said if Friday night goes okay, you guys are going to put the 410 under the hood. So I think everything went okay tonight. I'm sure we'll see you back here tomorrow night with King of the West.
Yeah, definitely. We'll definitely be out here. We're excited about it. I'm looking forward to it.
Wait, great job, Brad. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, thanks a lot.
All righty, everyone. Brad Furr, tonight's main event winner, night one of the Howard Kading Classic.
And congratulations to Brad Furr. What a class family. You know, all his guys, known them for a long time, and they deserve it. They're good, hard-working people, and Randy's a great guy, and so is Brad and Kenny and all the guys that help on the car. They do a great job.
Mike Andreetta looks him over. Green flag is out. Field thunders through 1 and 2. Dustin Golmick leads, but check out Brad Furr. First shot out of a cannon on the opening lap goes to the outside of Golovic, and he'll take the lead with 1 down. Golovic tries to fight back to the inside, side by side. Furr with the momentum up high will take the lead once again through 3. Selzy on the bottom through 1 and 2. Furr on the top. Justin Sanders, Austin Liggett also going at it for the 4th spot. Green back out. Justin Sanders with a nice restart. He goes to the outside in a second, tries to slide. Furr had to get on the binder slightly, and Furr escapes back out front. Which way will he choose? He goes to the outside of Bonema. Slices to the inside of Chisholm. Nice move by Furr. Selzy will try to follow suit now. Lap car side by side. Dustin Golovic to the outside of Sanders. Dominic Selzy goes to the inside. 3-car battle for second with Kurt Nelson right there as well. Brad Furr off turn 2, nice and smooth. White flag will be coming up here momentarily as he leads over Selzy and Sanders. Final lap around the Ocean Speedway. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Brad Furr will get season win number 1. Dominic Selzy and Justin Sanders your podium. As we'll get Brad out front of the race. Fans, let him hear it one more time. Brad Furr, tonight's main event winner. And Brad, I was talking with your crew chief, Kenny Thorpe. I know you guys have been trying to find some things with this car, and it seemed like tonight you wanted to kind of go back to the basics. And a great win tonight, a great track, and some great racing for the fans.
Yeah, absolutely. My guys did a really good job, as always. We decided to try kind of go back to basics, and things just kind of fell into place. We had a good starting spot and a good fast car, and able to get it done. We're happy.
Talk about working your way through lap traffic there. It seems like a few times you had guys going side by side, and you had to split some guys. You had to wait a little bit, but it seemed like lap traffic was a little bit tricky, but that always makes for some great racing.
Yeah, it was getting trickier and trickier. In the beginning, they all seemed to be on the bottom. I'm like, hey, this is nice. And then they were just everywhere. But, I got the right calls tonight and made it work.
Well, great job, Brad. We always love having you here, and I'm sure that championship is something you want again this year.
Yeah, for sure. But thank you.
All right, race fans, Brad Furr, tonight's Ocean Sprints main event winner. Down to Mike Andreetta. Green flag is out. Field thunders into turns 1 and 2. Everyone trying to find the sweet spot. Dustin Golovic, nice move to get underneath the inside of Kurt Nelson for second. Up front, it's Justin Sanders in the 17, leading lap 1. Slow pace set by Sanders. He's back on the loud pedal. And we are green. Brad Furr got a nice restart in the 2. He's up to the 3rd spot. Tommy Tarleton trying to fight with him down the back straightaway. Kofoid now taking a look to the inside of Tommy Tarleton. Nice move by the 14-year-old. He takes over the 4th spot. The pace about the same as last time. He's back on it. Nice restart for Brad Furr. He gets underneath Kurt Nelson into the 2nd spot. Cars going 3 wide further back in the field. Right there, Sanders sets the pace. And the 1 and 2 Sanders goes to the cushion. He retakes the lead down the back straightaway. Tonight's main event, Sanders and Furr lead us down. Green flag is out.
keep even with Sanders, and they race down the front stretch. A little bit of contact between Sanders and Furr. Furr drops a few spots. That puts Buddy Kofoid up to the second spot. Kyler Shaw, Kurt Nelson come together in 3 and 4. Yellow is out. Sanders sets the pace just like in a double file restart in between the restart zone. Brad Furr slides Sanders hard through 1 and 2. Chase Johnson into Sanders that time and going by. Well, we wondered if there'd be some games up there on the front row. Kofoid, Tarleton going to try and stay right there with them. Furr leads the field off the second corner down the Mac straightaway. Furr now moves down a little bit on the Speedway, trying to block Kofoid, but down the back straightaway, Buddy Kofoid puts the 4S into the lead. Tommy Tarleton now to the inside of Brad Furr. He takes the second spot. Moves the 21 to second. Furr tries to fight back around the outside. A little bit high. Here comes Tarleton. Tommy Tarleton all over your leader down the back straightaway. In a 3 and 4. Tarleton sticks it to the bottom. Kofoid spins out sideways. He's able to keep it going, but Tommy Tarleton, your new leader. Battle for second. Give it to Brad Furr. Jeremy Chisholm third. Second straight runner-up finish for Brad. Pretty exciting one out there tonight. We had some slide jobs and everything. Talk us through that race.
Oh, yeah, we had a pretty good car in the beginning, and went to race with Sanders a little bit. Anyway, we just come out to have a good time, and I want to thank everybody for coming out.
Well, you guys have definitely picked up some momentum the last couple of weeks, back-to-back runner-up finishes, and I'm sure next week going for one more.
Yeah, we'll do the best we can.
All right, everyone. Brad Furr, tonight's runner-up finisher with the Taco Bravo Sprints. Got Logan down here tonight.
Really good. Racing against these guys. These two that finished in front of me are my heroes. You know, I looked up to them.
All right, everyone. Jeremy Chisholm, tonight's third-place finisher, first podium for the number 8 car this season. Lead us down to the green. Lead. Kayla Montgomery, third. Brad Furr now fourth. Buddy Kofoid in fifth. There, green flag is out. And the 1 and 2. And the 1 and 2, Brad Furr with a great restart, pulled alongside CV for a moment. CV able to hang on. Furr starting to once again inch closer on the rear bumper of CV off turn 2. Battle for the lead up coming into turn 3. Furr slides a little bit wide. See the front nose wing on Logan CV's car has become askew. Brad Furr with another big run down the backstretch. Here with 16 down. Brad Furr to the inside, he'll take the lead. Veteran experience getting into lap traffic. Help Brad Furr right there. Logan CV now the chasee. He runs second. Brad Furr around the outside of Wayne Caton. Slides him a little bit wide. Here comes CV. Furr now goes to the bottom side of Caton, slides up in front of him. He'll put the 99 down a lap. Up front, Brad Furr has about a 15 car length advantage. Back to second place, Jeremy Chisholm. As he rounds turn 4, white flag out, final trip around the Ocean Speedway. Jeremy Chisholm, Scott Parker are closing. Down the back straightaway into the final set of corners. Furr sneaks to the inside of Danny Malfatti. Here comes Chisholm. Brad Furr gets the win. Malfatti and Scott Parker, your podium. Brad Furr's out of the race car. You can hear race fans. You're tonight's winner, Brad Furr. Well, Brad, you guys have been gaining speed in recent weeks. You finished second the last 2 Fridays, and tonight you had a heck of a run in the main event. Season win number 1. Congratulations.
Well, thanks a lot. Really appreciate it, fans. And, you know, I just want to thank my crew, my dad. Did a great job.
We'll talk about racing on a track like this tonight. This is probably about as good as a track we've had all season long. I mean, Tom Sagmiller, after the rubber last week, did a great job, and you guys could go high, you can go low.
Yeah, it was somewhat racy. You could pass some lap cars there, and I wish it was maybe a little bit wider, but it was a lot of fun.
We're going to see you back here next week with the 410?
I doubt it.
Doubt it. Come on, Brad.
We'll see, but I doubt it.
All right, everyone. Brad Furr, tonight's main event winner. You were close to that first win. What'd you think off that final corner?
Yeah, I saw Brad getting hung up by the lappers, and I just went for it, and I came out too short there. So to lose to Brad Furr is not too bad. He's a, world outlaw guy, and hell, I used to play him on the video game. So, no, it's awesome to run with a guy that caliber. So I'm really
Bravo
happy.
Sprints. That'll do it trackside. We'll see you back here next Friday, 31st Annual Pombo Sargent Classic, King of the West 410 Series. Once again, on behalf of Prentice Motorsports Group, thank you to everyone.
Things just got real. Jerry Bonema, your early leader. Colby Johnson trying to go down underneath Brad Furr, but Matthew Moles has got a huge start in the H&R Livestock number 10. Keep an eye on Matthew Moles. Brad Furr comes calling for the lead on Jerry Bonema. Bonema and Furr almost side by side down the backside. Bonema fights him off into turn number 3. Momentum carries Bonema to the outside. Here's Brad Furr to the inside and put Stockton's Brad Furr into the lead. Second is Jerry Bonema. Third is Matthew Moles. Those three on a mini breakaway. Matthew Moles all upset. Almost around the 58 of Jerry Bonema. Jeff Ensign right behind Jerry Bonema down the backside. They both have to get around the 07 of Fajardo. Ensign's going to try to go up around the top of Bonema off of turn 4, but the fast way is off of the bottom of turn 4. Ensign's going to stay to the top. Lots of momentum, get to the inside of Bonema, but Bonema was there. Ensign's got to grab the binders. In the meantime, Brad Furr has put Brian Greer and Josh Fajardo is Brad Furr. Furr to the bottom where he likes to be. 22 laps are down, 8 to go. Jeremy Chisholm up next for Brad Furr. Richard Fajardo is becoming a problem for Jeff Ensign. Ensign's got to clear Fajardo into turn 3. Ensign tippy-toeing around the bottom. Can almost reach out and touch Brad Furr at this point. Furr to the bottom. Ensign's going to rail the top. Furr's got to make a decision. Ensign's going to go to the top. Furr down to the bottom. Fire out of the bottom of Matthew Moles' car. He's going to pull to the infield. Yellow, 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 just as we were in traffic. If he can stay close enough. Here's Brad Furr, green flag. Furr to the bottom, Ensign to the top. Ensign's got a run on him, but Furr's got the good spot. Ensign's going to try to go around him on the top side. Furr's got the bottom. Ensign is still there. 3 laps to go. Furr to the bottom. Ensign trying to make it work on the top. Ensign's going to go up to the top one more time, try to make it work. He's there now. Ensign's got some momentum. 28 down and 2 to go. Jeremy Chisholm spins over there, turn number 2. 2 short laps to go. Can Brad Furr hold off a charging human highlight reel? We'll find out as we hit the throttle. Around the top side goes Ensign. Jeff Ensign around Brad Furr. Furr and Ensign might have made contact. Ensign on the top side. Furr on the bottom. Ensign loses a little traction. Furr's going to go into the inside. Down the backside, a big run. Last time into turn number 3 and 4. Ensign, high, wide, hits him off of turn 4. Brad Furr wins. Brad Furr wins it.
His battle with Jeff Ensign. And he said he had no idea who Jeff Ensign was. Brad Furr, do you know who he is now?
Absolutely, yeah, I just didn't know anything about that night. I'm racing so long I can hardly hear. But he did a great job, and he might have been faster than us. We were able to hold him off there the last couple of laps, so we're super happy.
That was wild, those last couple of laps. He kind of stuck the nose in front of you. Back down, there might have been a little contact on the backside, but it's all good with the last couple of laps.
Right, yeah, I mean, I'd expect him to go for it, so great job to them, and I just want to thank my team, my dad, and all that, putting a good car on me all year, and hopefully we'll continue to get better results.
Ocean Speedway, this is what you call earning a main event victory. Fought him off for the last couple laps. Give it up and get loud for Brad Furr.
Weekend, and this is Ocean Speedway. Lucas Ash from his second row, looking for the lead already, drops down underneath Brad Furr. Can't take the lead, Brad Furr. Opens up 4 or 5 car lengths. Lucas Ash is a good second right now. Back to third right now is Brad Furr as he begins to inch away from Lucas Ash. Third is now Kyle Ophil as he's gotten around Jake Holland. Kyle Ophil on the move in the 2K. Jake Hollett looking for his first win as well. Brad Furr, not so much. Many, many victories for the number 2 as we go back to green. Brad Furr rails around the top side. Lucas Ash jumps over the cushion. Kyle Oldfield trying to catch him, and Kyle Oldfield just gets upside down over there. Wow. So we're ready to go back to green. Green flag, and flagman Ed hits his hand, and here we go. Brad Furr leads him into turn number 1. Lucas Ash and Brad Furr has now got about a half a lap lead with 7 laps to go. Brad Furr absolutely laying waste to this field tonight. Brad Furr, sick, does not feel well at all, but is absolutely destroying this field with 26 laps down. And I'm going to have to go down and interview him. And it's Jason Chisholm right in front of him. White flag in the air for Brad Furr last time around. The Ocean Quarter Mile. We've had 3 absolutely spectacular races. I guess we had to have a clunker here at some point. But Brad Furr absolutely destroys it. The excitement's behind the wheel of the 2. Second place is Jake Hollett in the 7. Well, the checkers fall. This guy is darn sick right now. And he's coming out here. You look worse for wear. You're sweating. Maybe you just broke a sweat there. Maybe you're going to be healthy by tomorrow night. Brad Furr, your winner, 30 laps around the top. You were masterful all night long.
Well, thanks. I figured it's my race to lose. I just got to hang in there.
You got a little sketchy, a little bit around the top side, kind of late. You're clearing some lappers. Always kind of a nervous thing when you're in lappers. You're not really sure where they're going.
Yeah, absolutely. And I kept pulling my wing back a little more, and it was getting a little looser, but I didn't want to dial myself out either, so I just hung in there.
Absolutely. Destroyed him in the end. About a half a lap was the win. It's certainly an impressive win. Ocean Sprints, presented by Taco Bravo. Round number 4. There you go. Get some liquid in you, and congratulations, Brad.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Chico, but to run second here to Brad Furr, I'll take that.
It's going to get loud off of turn number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, things just got real. Into turn 1 we go. 3 wide. Brad Furr gets passed by Cole Macedo up around the top side. Bud Koenig hits the front. Ryan Burnell trying to make up some ground as Brad Furr goes underneath Zane Blanchard for position. Brad Furr up to the 4th spot now. As things start to normalize here, nothing doing there. Bud Koenig hooked up on the top side. Cole Macedo goes up to the top to find him. Brad Furr is 3rd. Upside down is Richard Fajardo. Bud Koenig got taken out by Richard Sanders. Furr leads Sanders. Koenig is 3rd. 23 laps are down, 7 Gary Nelson Jr., the final lapper. White flag in the air. Sanders bobbles on the cushion. This one's in the bag for Brad Furr. You just got to keep it straight. Still tooth and nail between Sanders and Koenig. Off of turn number 4, Brad Furr's going to win this one. Off of 4, Sanders beats Koenig. Down here, victory lane, finally got through lap traffic. Brad, you found the top to your liking today. You probably had a little bit too many yellows for your liking. You were out in front. You probably wanted to stay green longer.
Yeah, for sure. I thought for sure somebody would slide me on a restart, but just kind of went early in the corner and it all worked out.
Ripping the top side the whole time. You never even thought about going to the bottom.
No, not really. The top seemed where it was at. If you could keep your momentum. I kept making a few mistakes there. Kept just trying to get it back, and I guess I'm getting old and getting tired.
Did you know Justin was there? Justin actually ran you down a little bit and hopped the cushion a couple times, but did you know he was that close?
I figured he was close when you start seeing flash. That means there's a race. So, yeah, I figured somebody was there. I didn't know who it was.
Ladies and gentlemen, he earned every bit of this one tonight. Give it up for Brad Furr. Congratulations, dude. Boys and girls, things just got real. Brad Furr like a shot to the front. Mitch Facino left in his wake down the backside. Brad Furr opens up 3-4 car lengths on front row starter Mitch Facino. Into 3rd is Justin Sanders. Tucker Worth is 4th. Make the pass. Brad Furr early on breaks away. Got about a half a straightaway lead over Mitchell Facino. And Brad Furr threatening to make this one a runaway early. A lap on Mitchell Facino. 11 laps to go as Justin Sanders goes to the inside of Facino. They keep their battle going, but the battle's for a minor position as Brad Furr is gone. Half a lap is the lead. He's up on Kurt Nelson right now as Brad Furr. He's got 4 lap cars in between him and Mitchell Vicento. And Brad Furr, left shoulder hanging out the driver's door on a Sunday drive out here at Ocean Speedway. A dominant performance for the number 2 in the win because nobody's catching Brad Furr tonight. 25 laps down. Only a yellow will stop Brad Furr's charge. Doesn't matter, he's too far gone anyway. White flag for Brad Furr. Last time around the Ocean, quarter mile for Brad Furr down the backside. He's to the inside of Kurt Nelson, finally puts Nelson a lap down, slides underneath James Ringo just because. Checkered flag, Brad Furr wins. All the way back to Mitch Vicento, who just goes by for second. Justin Sanders was third.
Ladies and gentlemen, mark it down, August 10th, 2018, 30 laps green to checkered, and a brand new Ocean Speedway track record in the process. Ladies and gentlemen, absolutely destroying this field. Brad Furr, you stuck it on the top, you never got off the bottom, and you were masterful through traffic.
Yeah, thanks. Just got the right brakes, I think. 37 jumped the start low in the dash, so I thought I'd do it back in the day and see if I could just run away, and ended up working out.
One paid a little bit more than the other.
Absolutely, so we're happy.
Brad Furr, big picture, you got 3 races to go. You're the point leader. Cohen Shaw finishes 5th. Your thoughts?
Yeah, it's been fun racing with him. A good battle. He's a great competitor, great guy. So, we just keep going and see how it goes.
Brad Furr, your winner tonight's 30-lap A main event, round number 11 of the Ocean Sprints, presented by Taco Bell Vicento. A good second place, but this guy was just on a rail. Might have well been chasing dust in the wind.
Yeah, he was really good out front, especially in traffic. I knew the start was pretty much going to determine the race with how hooked up the track is, and I'm not exactly sure how the start got called green. I felt like he was at least a car ahead of me rolling to the cone, but I mean, he got the call. They didn't call back, so he did a good job leading the race. And that was probably the best we've ever been on a hooked up track, but we still had nothing for him. Maybe a late race restart. That would have been the only shot we had, but it's still a good run for us, and we'll try to come back here for the key and try to get one spot better.
You like to be a couple more spots higher on the podium, but this track awful hooked up, kind of hard to move around.
Yeah, Bradford had a rocket out front. I mean, I could kind of glance up front coming off of 4, and he was like in the middle of turns 1 and 2, so he was gone.
Billy Aton, your early leader, ripping the top side. Justin Sanders. Aton back to second. Burnell up on the cushion, got up on the bike there. Brad Furr goes by him. 12 to go. Aton going to try to go underneath him off of turn number 2. Sanders just too strong off the top side. Brad Furr comes flying in. 300 miles an hour slide job. Furr goes to second. Now Ryan Burnell trying to go underneath Furr, and Sanders your leader. Furr trying to close in. 10 to go. Get on the binders. Here's Brad Furr. Furr to the bottom, slides up. He's right on the rear tail section of Justin Sanders now. We're into lap traffic. Sanders trying to go around Caden and Nelson. He's got to split cars. Brad Furr coming right with him. Furr goes to the bottom underneath Caden. Off of turn 4, Furr sticks his right rear or right front underneath Sanders. Sanders to the top side. Furr follows him down the back side. 2 or 3 car lengths. Furr 800 miles an hour. Right rear coming. Brad Furr underneath Sanders. Furr hits the point. Furr goes up the track. Here's Sanders back to the inside. Sanders going to try to slide him back, but Furr right across the nose into turn 3. Brad Furr 27 laps down, 3 to go. Furr bobbles on the top side. Sanders back into the pit. He's right there. Furr into turn 3. He goes down to block Sanders down to the bottom. Sanders still rails the top side. Through turns 1 and 2. Furr's going to the top side in 1 and 2. The bottom of 3 and 4, but he's got to go to the top to get by Brian Greer. 29 laps down. White flag is out. 1 to go for Furr. Sanders underneath Furr off of turn 2. He went for broke there, came up snake eyes first, squirts away. He goes to the bottom, off of turn 4. Sanders, one last shot. Furr got there. Sanders by about a car length and a half runs second. Third to Ryan Burnell. Fourth.
Well, we're here trackside. Don't see Justin Sanders down here in Victory Lane. But we do see the guy that ran him down in traffic. He's out of the car. Just put together a wicked set of donuts over here in turns 1 and 2. You usually get out and you're pretty stone-faced, but this one, you saw the most dominant car in the windshield, and all of a sudden in lap traffic, he starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and Brad Furr had to go for something at some point in turn 3 and 4.
Yeah, usually he's really good in traffic, and just didn't get the brakes tonight he needed, and we were there and just tried to take it.
You got loose. You got kind of caught up a little bit behind the second place car, Billy Ayton, for a while. Finally cleared him, and once you got into clear traffic, you ran him right down.
Yeah, you know that guy, for as little as he races, he's pretty awesome, that Wild Bill Anton. So great job to them guys, and thanks a lot.
Ocean Speedway, what do you think about Brad Furr's effort tonight?
Thank you.
Congratulations, Brad. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it here from trackside. Congratulations to Brad Furr. A spectacular wheelman performance here at Ocean Speedway. Next week, don't come here Friday, or go to the party, go to the Taco Bravo party for sure. But Saturday night, it's the Johnny Key Classic, $5,000 to win. Again, Johnny Key Classic up next Saturday night, August 25th.